I'm so excited. Oh my God. Hey, welcome to Six Sides of Gaming and RealmSmith here at Gamehole Con. We are streaming live. You get to introduce your guys, right?
I do?
Go for it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Who's our guys?
You guys. Aren't you guys? Are we streaming from RealmSmith too?
Yeah, we absolutely
Well,
are.
come on.
Welcome, RealmSmith, all the Realmers out there. We're very excited to be here.
Hey.
It has been an adventure to get here, but we have a ton of awesome content
We've got guests.
over the next weekend.
Guests. A guest.
All the guests.
A guest.
Today, the
guest.
only guest that matters.
Jameson Stone. Apotheosis Studios.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. Yeah,
So good
I'm
to have you.
excited.
And then we got the Six Sides crew.
Hi.
And Devin. Sarah and Devin. There you go. And of course, we have in the tech booth our tech guy, Adrian, who probably doesn't have a mic.
Oh,
Just has me like it. No mic. No, I'm just kidding. We love you, Adrian, who set up some wonderful stuff here in Madison, Wisconsin. This is our booth setup. This actually almost looks scarily prettier than our home booth, than our home studio, which is actual stone. Speaking of stone.
That's nice.
So how's the con going for you so far?
It's going great. Yeah, we're having a great time.
Yeah, you
Super
guys. I
fun.
see you guys are busy at the booth. A lot of excitement. You guys are playing a lot of D&D and.
So much D&D.
My God,
We've almost sold out of the Red Opera already. It's just the first day, which is great. And we're telling people about Sateen's Quest, which are epic luxury adventure vacations.
Red Opera. I believe we are doing some Red Opera
Yes,
here on the
Sunday.
channel coming on Sunday.
Sunday, 11 a.m.
Sunday, 11 a.m.
Yep.
Central Time or
Yes.
Eastern Time. Because
Central.
we're on Central Time now.
11
which is weird.
Central, 12 Eastern.
You got that?
we go.
You got that? Six Sides and
And
Realm-
sometime on the West Coast.
Cool. Well, we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition today, and I'm gonna hand over the reins to you, my friend, and you get the chance to perform adequately.
Only adequately?
Before we start, though, for the sake of our audiences,
Yes,
can we
sir.
do a quick Legend of Mana preamble? Just talk a little bit about just the world and talk about your stuff. That's all.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
want our people to know about what we're playing
Hello,
today.
RealmSmith. So this is a obviously compatible with 5th edition book that came out a while ago. We're in the current reprisal of this. This was we only printed about 500 copies of this, which have sold out, and now we are reprising it to make it twice as thick and twice as cool. Devin is one of the designers on the world with me. He's been working very hard on this. And the world itself plays along 3 key points, anti-magic versus magic. So I'm playing a knight that drains and destroys mana and tries to play and manipulate the weave. And then we have a lot of chronomancy. We play a lot with time. We subjecting to this new shell that weaves around the weave called the Veil. And it's all about time magic and telling the future and portenting and all kinds of really crazy, surreal stuff. And the last thing is that we do have a lot of strange and interesting, unique races, such as animal people. We got foxes and rabbits and bears and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And so it's kind of a combination of, I guess you could say, if there was an actual influence, it would be like if Conan's world, Hircania, and the Arthurian legend were to make love and then spit out something that sits in the Final Fantasy world, you'd probably get this world. It's very weird, right? It's cerebral.
I'm
Very
sold.
specific.
I'm in.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
all
would
in.
that, is that an
all in.
accurate description, you think?
Probably.
High fantasy over the Arthurian, the dark, like, morality questioning thing of Hircania, and then with that weird technological stuff we have with airships and stuff. Okay, so that's it. There we go. Nice, quick, and easy. Does that
That's great.
satisfy
Thank you. Yes.
the itch? 'Cause
And it's not available yet, correct?
it's not available yet. You can watch it on our stream. We stream every Sunday.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get this guy in. Maybe
Yeah.
get you to Canada one day and get you in our studio. But we are going to play it here at the con today, tonight, tomorrow night. And then you are doing something on Saturday,
It's going to be great.
which is amazing. Ravenloft stuff,
Yep.
correct? And then on Sunday we are playing Your World, which is going to be amazing.
Can people pre-order this book that we're about to play right now?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We will have that information at PAX Unplugged, which
Okay.
we should all be at. So, plugs.com is over. So I'll hand it over to you, unless there's anything else you'd need me to. You good? Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
Go for it.
He's too
He's
invested
ignoring
in-
me now.
Who, me? I'm so good.
Yeah.
It's these flies.
It's so good to see you. Welcome to Flyhole Con.
Flyhole. That's what we called it.
Yeah.
Somebody left the bay doors open yesterday
And there
by
are
the garbage, and there are hundreds of flies.
hundreds of flies in this convention center.
Yeah.
So you'll see us doing this all the time.
Yeah.
It's not actually us going, hurry up, hurry up. No, it's actually us being like,
oh my gosh, yeah, Tommy. Those
All right.
tacos were like-
Tacos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
so
going
many
to have you all
tacos.
fight a
Wasn't
bunch
me,
of
I swear.
fly creatures, but I had to pull it out.
yeah, no. We're already
For the
doing
win.
that for reality.
Yeah.
So you can
Fun.
start us off, I guess, and then we'll do our character introductions.
All right. Yes, I am Devin. I will be the Dungeon Master for today. You can see me, the usual suspects every Sunday, either as a DM or a player. Now, Something I'd like to do is something we do for our Strands of Destiny stream, which is something that we can learn a little bit about the characters here, since many of us are just meeting for the first time and maybe aren't super familiar with each other's play styles and what kind of characters we like to have. What I'd like to do is to go around the table, have you roll a d20. I will ask you a question that corresponds to the number you've rolled about your character. There are no wrong answers, and it'll give us a nice way to kind of springboard into the adventure.
All right, why don't I lead so that way
All
we can,
right.
I rolled a 3.
A 3. So,
Nice and low.
Roel, well, this will be easy for you. What is the most identifiable item of clothing that
Oh.
Roel wears?
Okay, so I am playing a character called Roel, and Roel is a French knight, and he is an Eltharian knight. I was once part of an empire that tried to destroy mana and destroy anything that was mana laden. However, I did not like the ideals of my emperor, so I stood against my own and became a rogue Eltharian. I am not accepted by any of those who cast magic and those who are against it, and I truly feel like I am alone. And I, in my opening speech, have forgotten. What was the question?
What is the most identifiable item of clothing that he wears?
Well, it's actually quite fitting, you see, because the Arthurians were marked by numbers. This way, those who used magic could not find us. And so the identifiable item is my sash. All of the knights wore these sashes. However, this particular sash is from a knight that I fought who escaped the most famous of the evil knights, 451. Not at all related to Fahrenheit 451, but however, separately and completely independently of its own conspiracy. And I am completed now.
Okay.
All right. I'm Sarah, and I am playing Teratito. She is a Triton cleric, formerly of Deep Sashalas.
Oh, you got it right.
Said it, or
You got it
Swishale
right.
if you watch our other
Swishale.
streams. But she no longer has a connection to her god here in the legacy of Mana realm. So we'll see how that goes. And I rolled a 5.
A 5. Describe a gift that Teratito received that she would risk death to protect.
Oh, well, her connection to Deep Sashalas.
That's unfortunate that it's gone then.
I know.
What about your love for Wolfie?
Oh, I guess that too. If I must.
Cool.
Would you like to...
Oh, go ahead, please.
Might as well go around this way.
Sure. I'm playing Lao. He's a de-whisk, or de-whiskin, excuse me. Very interesting new type of character. So I am part of the deathly lineage. I do not need to eat or drink. I'm very gaunt and raspy. I'm also cursed. So any magical healing that I receive, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe does nothing to me, correct?
It is middled.
Middled,
It does less. It is less successful, but you have some options.
Fantastic. Excellent. And I'm playing a paladin today.
Very cool.
Oh, let me
a-
roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
I've got a 6.
Okay, what is Lao's preferred way to start a fire?
Ooh, a fire. Well, I think just lighting the torch and then throwing it in is probably a good way to start. But
Simple and efficient.
yeah, whatever gets the job done. Yeah, but I think due to kind of his a little necrotic visage himself, he'd probably want to make sure that he doesn't burn. I don't know if these characters are any more flammable than other normal
He's
humans.
still pretty flammable.
Yeah, one would assume. So
Possibly more so if he's all kind of dried out.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's got to be careful.
How would he light the fire of his heart?
Well, I think that would be trying to understand and blend of Oath of the Equinox, trying to blend the light and darkness of the world and inspire others to maybe stride that middle road.
That's good.
All right. Who are you? Besides,
I am
the
playing
handsome
Goff
individual?
Tommyton once again, reprising his role.
God.
But at Gen Con, I sang all of my lines.
Oh,
I
man.
am maturing past that a little bit, I think.
Oh,
Damn it.
Because I really, well, that honors the bar. Okay, fine, I'll do it again. But I wasn't going to because he's a hobgoblin. And so there's got to be like a gruff side.
So you should like death metal all of your.
Yeah.
Maybe when he gets mad, it comes out. Yeah, maybe when he comes, yeah. It might be a little Rage Against the Machine when he comes out.
And then when he goes into dark form, he can translate.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a College of Time bard. He is a hobgoblin. And I'm very excited to play.
Can you give me a D20 roll, please?
T1.
D1.
D1.
I roll that's a 13.
13.
Hey-o.
Lucky 13.
Well, this might be very good for you. So when did Goff conceal a love from the world?
right now. Like right now, it may be one of the party. And that may or may not be revealed this session.
Juicy.
I love it so much.
All
right,
right.
wow.
So with that, we will now begin to jump in. The only other thing I would want to know is this the first time you are all meeting, or have you been traveling together for some time?
I vote for we are all best of friends.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We've
Works
Yes.
perfectly
That-
for me.
the best
the love
is-
triangle begins today because we don't know which one of the three of us.
Yeah,
he's
you're all
asked for,
wondering.
so
Courting.
We're
here.
all. The whole point of the session is that we are going to try and court. But you know that the French language is the most romantic language in the world, huh? And we have baguettes.
We can timeshare him. I'm fine with it. I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Actually, yeah. Why was I so simple-minded? Why did we only have to do one at a time?
Because you're not inhabiting Wolfie, that's
Oh,
why.
shit. There's always a little wolf in everyone.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I think I like the whole friendship thing.
I think that
We're
works
friends.
fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're friends.
All right.
So you have been traveling for some time along the Ionian front. It's a land of magic untouched by the wars of the Eltharians and the various other nations that they have been conquesting. Conquering? Conquering.
One of those C words.
Yes,
one of
those.
Fellow players, can I ask your guys' names again? I want to make
Oh.
sure I
Yes,
write them
actually.
down.
Good
I'm
idea.
Roel.
Roel.
Roel. Like Noel with an R.
Perfect.
Tiratito.
Tiratito.
Tira for short, I think. Right?
Yes. Tira.
I'm Lao.
Lao. I got my pen here. Write down Lao.
Okay.
And I'm Goff Tommyton.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I was going to forget that one.
So yes, you have been traveling for some time together, getting into various adventures and scrapes and coming up with many good stories to tell at the local bars and taverns that you frequent along your journey. Not really going anywhere of particular, more so just seeking adventure and looking to right the wrongs of the world. Our story begins as you are traveling through a particularly well-known road as the purple and orange expanse of the dying sun lights up the far reaches of the horizon. You arrive in a quaint traveler's inn known as Ansby's Rest after a long day of travel. It is small, it is remote, and it's not very much to look at, but it is nonetheless a promise of a hearty meal and a warm bed for the night, something you have not had for several days to this point. Making your way inside to secure a room for the night, you notice everyone here is slow-moving, dreary, their eyes darkened with sullen expressions. Stepping up to the innkeeper, he barely nods his head in recognition. His gray eyes are bloodshot like they haven't had rest in ages, and his sinewy arms weakly polish a dirty glass that seems to just be getting dirtier the more he wubs it around.
Well, such a dreary place as this, maybe perhaps we should try and liven the mood. Play a song.
I am tired. I'd rather sleep. It off.
We're all tired?
It's been a long day.
Perhaps we should rest then.
Yes. A bite to eat, a drink. I shall buy.
Very generous of you. Thank you.
Merci. I go to the bartender. Excuse me, monsieur. I would like to buy a round of, what is it you like to drink? You like nothing. But I think wine, a red wine. Do you have some wine for beverage? And perhaps a bite to eat.
Yeah. He just reaches under and just slams the bottle and just shoves it at you. Yeah, there you go. It's fine.
Do you have glasses at all? We're friendly, but we're not that
yeah,
friendly.
they're over there. You can help yourself.
What?
What a peculiar place.
What kind of establishment is this?
Sorry, you staying the night?
I'll start pouring the drinks.
Yes, we are. Do you have any particular woes in this area?
Oh, you'll
all right.
You'll see. You'll see.
That sounds
We will see.
strangely specific and foreboding. Care to elaborate for us, please?
Yes, and please.
Tell me
use your-
more. Tell me more.
As the sun sets and you find rest, you will understand. But I don't have the energy to deal with people right now.
Is this something that could be a problem for us coming in here? Because I noticed that everyone is fatigued.
Did you not hear what I just said? I'm too tired to deal with people. Just take your drinks and your food and have a good night.
I suggest
You won't, but
maybe we talk to others here. Maybe someone is a little more rested to give us some information.
Truth. Let's do that then. Look around the inn.
So there are several different folk that look to be travelers. There doesn't appear to be anybody. There are a few people who work here. There's like someone kind of just in the corner sweeping, trying not to fall asleep on their own broom. There is lots of dust kind of all over the place. Things are slightly askew. The only people that you notice who don't appear to be trying very hard to stay awake or to continue acting are the children. They're running around and playing and laughing, and they seem to be having a perfectly good time.
Children. Perfect. Shall we approach them?
Great place to start.
So we'll
suppose.
I guess we'll approach the children. Yeah. So we'll go to the children. Excuse me. Perhaps one of you should speak to them.
You clink a lot.
Yes, I do. We have a question.
Is that a sword?
Two, actually.
Can I have it?
No.
Oh.
Would you like to hear a song?
I like music.
Perhaps we'll do a little trade then. We can sing a song for you, and you can tell us the answers to some questions that we may have, huh?
Okay. Better be a good song.
That'll be debatable.
Mr.
So
Tomaton,
angry right now.
engage us with such wonderful pose and praise.
We believe in you.
Are we not going to get information first before I sing my song?
He makes an excellent point.
Payment up front with children is probably a poor choice.
That was terrible.
Good luck with that.
Otherwise, it's child labor.
Well,
You know what? I'll answer your questions if he shuts up.
You have yourself a deal.
I will not shut up unless you talk. Tell us now, tell us more, or I will keep going.
All right. What do you want? We got to go back to our game.
why is everyone here so sleepy?
I don't know. They're adults. They're always sleepy.
He's not wrong.
Have they always been like this?
No? What, old?
No, sleepy.
What happens at night? The bartender seemed to have some sort of foreboding insinuation.
Everyone goes to sleep, and then they scream, and then they wake up.
Oh, delightful.
Have they told you what happens in their dreams or nightmares?
Do adults have those?
They do. We all do. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective.
Do
No,
you?
we don't. Well, we have very nice dreams. I had a dream yesterday that I was picking a mushroom, and then it came to life and turned into a bird, and then it was flying me all around the place, and I could see all of the things, and I was dropping stones on them.
Was there anything specific that you saw when you were riding your bird?
There was a fox, and there was a big green person, and there was some kind of weird praying mantis.
What do the adults dream of? Have they told you?
No, we don't ask, and they don't tell us. They probably dream of boring things like accounting.
That would make me scream. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to step outside the inn and do my usual thing. You would know this as what I'm doing is I can sense mana with my blade, and I'm trying to see if there's some sort of enchantment. So I'll just kind of give you guys the usual nod as I'll just step out because I don't want the kids to see it. And I'll unsheath one of my Rennick steel swords, which is a type of steel that when it punctures, pierces, cuts of any sort, or even gets held by those who can cast or use mana, they become similar to what's a poisoned condition. It's called withered. So you'll never touch this because it tends to really give you like arthritis, so you don't like it. So I'll come outside and I'll unsheath one of the swords and I'll just hold on to it and I'll just detect mana.
Okay. There is a sense of mana permeating this place. It seems to be seeping up from beneath the ground, which is weird because normally the mana would come down from the sun and then it would seep into the ground. In this case, it is the other way around. There is the normal mana that comes down, but there is something different coming up from below. It's kind of seeping up into this area from below the ground. You're not really getting any specific sense. There's no specific.
It's just like a fog.
Yeah, it's like a misty kind of dark gray fog.
Interesting. I'll lean back into the door. I believe this place could be enchanted with some sort of curse or something. I'm not really sure what though, and whether it will affect us or not. Do you sense the presence of any darkness here?
The bartender seemed to imply that anyone who were to sleep would have this. So I wonder if we can either try to unite our dreams and enter into this together, or ward ourselves against it to then not sleep and then try to alleviate anyone who is sleeping.
This reminds me of a tale.
So if you want
of Warriors of Dream.
Lau,
my
you can
God.
make an Arcana check.
Fantastic.
Keep interrupting my songs. I'm trying to
Dungeon Master,
sing.
that's my job.
I received a 4.
Okay, then continue.
Are you talking about Dream Warriors from Nightmare on
Absolutely,
Elm
I
Street?
am.
Oh my God, what a great movie. Okay, sorry. Excellent. So, did you find anything?
Not to my knowledge.
I think the only thing you would maybe be there's some merit to that idea. Is what I'll tell you. I won't give you any more specifics.
Would we like to try and unite our dreams together or ward ourselves? I think we could do probably either.
Well, I think the thing we're going to do now is we're going to help these people. Huh? This is what our mission is today. Then the only way we can figure out how to help them with the problem is to try and be afflicted by it. And hopefully we, as usual, with our skill sets, work together and our familiar love, our love together, true love, we could find a way out of these dreams together.
I don't like when he does that.
I wonder, not to get even too familiar, shall we hold hands while sleeping? How can we unite our dreams together?
Do you have ability to put us to sleep magically?
Magically, I could probably try it with my fists, but I don't think so magically. Well, we could try Shatter. I'm sure if I cast that enough,
No, we
that
don't
would
want to
put
put
us
ourselves to
sleep.
sleep by knocking ourselves out.
Well, you want specific.
I do not have that ability.
If this is mana weaving, then I think one of the ways to look at this is that maybe some of us could sleep and some of us could watch. Maybe just say something in your sleep that we could get as some, what is the word?
Lucid, some sort of lucid dreaming effect.
Yes, a
yes.
clue or something, yeah? Like we watch on when we were in that mountain with all those things that were trying to kill us and we had to sleep on shifts. Something like this, yeah?
Yes. I then wonder if we could then give ourselves aid in the dream and then have the others join us so we're not separated.
Right. He doesn't sleep, does he?
No.
Well, I will be happy to whisper into your ears while you are sleeping.
I was just remembering, I'm like, the Wiskins don't sleep, do
That
they?
was why he made the Arcana check. There was something there, but
Excellent.
unfortunately, if there is a way for you to do this as a Dewiskin, it is foreign to you.
Okay.
So you cannot sleep. So you would be the perfect candidate to watch us while we sleep.
Fantastic. Like every night, this thing that I always do while you all sleep. Always, every time.
The
And it's
question is,
totally not uncomfortable at all.
the question is, do we smell different when we are awake?
Oh, you smell the same.
Okay. Well then, drink up the wine. That'll help us put ourselves to sleep. And hopefully sweet dreams are in order. I'll glug my wine. Is it good?
Not really.
I'll flip a few coins to the barkeep.
That's generous of you.
Of course. Should we get a room? A room. We'll get
Yep, you
a
can
room.
Get a room
for
up
all
on
of
the
us.
top. Yes.
Okay, we'll do that.
Nice
And then
big
we'll
one.
go to sleep.
All right.
What is Lau's? How do you position yourself? So, this is a good time, I think, to get into something about Dewiskins. It's we find particularly interesting, which is over the course of their lives, their bodies slowly begin to deteriorate from flesh to sort of more and more bone, and at the end of their existence, they find their way to an ancient hall of their ancestors, where there is a throne that has been prepared for them, and they sit in this throne, and their mind is then projected into. This is stuff you would know, is into the dream world to continue a spiritual existence while your body just kind of sits motionless and no longer usable to you. And what we often like to joke about is that instead of sleeping, you are practicing your poses for when you finally sit on the chair.
Fantastic. So Lau will be then sitting in full lotus with his sword over his hips, and he's going to be try to get his spine exactly right, knowing that when the time comes, it's got to be there because it's locked in.
Yes.
So he's going to be trying different hand mudras, maybe cosmic mudra, maybe this one. He's like trying it out, and no one can see him obviously. So he's going to be going through the gamut.
And as soon as they wake up, you have
No,
to-
everything's
Oh,
fine.
no, let's go. I'm not doing anything.
So, and this kind of leads into the other thing, which is there is potentially a way as a Dewiskin for you to possibly get yourself into that state, that dream state where you can get your mind.
That's
in
what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want, I'll let you make another Arcana check to see if you can figure something out on that as you kind of meditate while.
Fantastic.
figuring this out.
And before I do that, is it possible for me, as per our suggestion by Roel, to whisper some sort of lucid dreaming into each of their ears to hopefully kind of give them some sort of fortitude when they enter into this potentially hellish dream
I
state?
think so. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
And if you roll really well, we'll give them some.
Excellent. All right. I shall roll. 18 on the first one.
All right.
Should I roll again to see
Go
if we
for
go
it, yeah,
higher?
yeah.
I mean, nat 20 is always good.
Nope, that was a 16. So
Okay,
okay,
so we'll go
18.
with the 18. So in that case, you think that by enhancing your companions, by giving them this extra strength as they drift into sleep, you remember hearing a tale some time ago when you were in your travels about some sage who had talked about walking the dreams, and that it was a simple procedure for them, but that there is this other plane, this dream world plane, that when everyone sleeps, it is where their minds, their souls kind of project to. And you're generally pretty safe there, but it is a place of pure imagination, and it is where people, where the dreams happen. And that is sort of the plane that you would then project to. And saying these things and thinking of this way, you are able to, as you sit back down, close your eyes, and you can start to kind of imagine yourself drifting off into this dreamlike state as you would when you finally reach the end of your mortal existence. And you think you attend some sort of sleep. Because the next thing you remember is that all of you are startled out of your sleep with a chill running down your spine. Though as you wake up with this chilling sensation, you realize it's actually quite warm. It is a warm, soft night. It is as though someone has walked across your grave. It's one of those like shivering kind of moments that runs through your body. But a wailing scream pierces through the night, and the warmth, as it turns out, appears to be fires that have sprouted up all over the inn. Folk run to and fro, hounded by horrific creatures like elongated corpses of blood and shadow with obsidian claws and ebony black eyes. You see many people are being cut down by these beasts as they are unable to escape the deadly gait of their pursuers. Over the din of the screams and the flames, you hear a cruel voice echo aloud. "You know what must be done. Offer your children to the darkness of the caves. Only then will the nightmare be ended." As a man in black robes with equally black eyes and black hair, scars of crackling ebony, obsidian, and onyx running all along his flesh, stands at the doorway to the inn, his voice carrying unnaturally through the air.
And so we all like start on and recognize that we're in this existence together.
Yes.
And we don't recognize what type of creature he might be.
He looks like a man, although with these adjustments to his features. These weird, these horrific creatures you've never seen before. They are figments of pure nightmare.
He's humanoid?
He is humanoid.
Charm person.
Okay, so we're going to roll initiative then.
Yeah.
All right.
This is no darkness of mine.
Just as he's saying that, Roel jumps up and he's like, Kalawis, Kalawis, Kalis. Puns are on, right? No.
Actually, on that note, B dropped her resub, so we're actually going to give you guys a D8 that you can roll to augment an attack or a heal die whenever you like.
Yeah, so on Six Eds, what we do is when people
Nice.
sub or whatnot, they can actually do stuff for the channel. So that D8 can be augmenting anything, damage dice or not. So I will say, what I'm saying is, Calais, Lau, you're supposed to watch us. Wait a minute. Are we awake or are we asleep?
We are still in the dream. This is the dream.
This is not my dream.
In the dream, I am the wizard master. No, I'm kidding.
You are the wizard. I win.
All right, so
So
initiative.
we'll roll initiative to see what order things take place in.
Ooh,
It's an 11 for me.
18.
16.
13.
All right.
16, you said.
Kung Lao wins.
And that's with a -1.
And what did Tier Tito get?
13.
13. Well, Lau, you are quick to act as you are basically up and at him immediately, fully equipped and armored and ready to go.
Fantastic. How far away is this cloaked figure to me?
The cloaked figure is at the doorway to the inn, so you will have to make your way down the stairs, across the lobby, past the two creatures that are running around to get to him, which, as a paladin, I'm sure is not really a problem to you. You could make it there in a full movement stride.
Before I do my action, I will very briefly, in 3 sentences or less, talk to my companions and say, shall we attack these 2 creatures first, or shall I go and attack this hooded masked man or creature?
You take on the boss, we'll take on the mooks.
Fantastic.
Meet you in the middle.
Using my athletics, I would like to jump over this area into the main thing and then rush into combat.
Sounds great.
As you see fit.
Go ahead and make an athletics
Dun,
check.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
got a
dun.
10, but my athletics is +5, so that is a 15.
All right. So yeah, you run up, you vault just over the stairs, superhero landing and everything.
Excellent. Black cloak is fluttering. I have my giant sword. Epic superhero landing. Yeah.
Of course. And you charge through the area, pushing past anything that gets in your way, knocking tables and chairs, and you reach the man at the front. You can see his eyes are just solid black, as if they're made out of obsidian. The light of the fire is kind of dancing in this sort of macabre, orangish flickering.
Fantastic. Can I sense, as an oath of the equinox, obviously, kind of one foot in life, 1 foot in death. Can I do some sort of kind of magical sense to understand, or divine sense to understand if I assume evil? I'm getting an evil vibe.
This is
Okay,
yes,
all right,
very
all right.
evil.
Okay. And for an oath of the equinox paladin, they are not, even though they are kind of half alive, half dead, that does not necessarily mean that they are evil themselves.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's more of the darkness is a tool, as is the light.
Love
How
it.
you use them is
Yeah.
kind of your own
It's
discretion.
amazing. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Would you like to engage with this?
Oh,
figure?
I would like to attack him with my sword
All
if I
right, go
can.
for it.
Fantastic.
Here we go. Let's do it.
I got an 8. My plus hit modifier is +5. 13.
13. That will just get him.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to then
no armor.
roll
He
damage.
does have armor. He has leather armor beneath his black robes, but you're just this massive swing. You just cut straight into it.
5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. So as you cut into him, there's no blood, there's no scream, there's no shudder. He just kind of you bite into him with the sword, and you definitely connect. But he just kind of continues to chant loudly. Although, even though you can't see any pupils, you get the feeling his eyes have focused now on you.
Bring it on, man of darkness.
The 2 corpse-like creatures with elongated. This is a new word I learned. Bitumious.
Really?
Bitumious claws continue to move around the building and slash and wreak havoc as they have not noticed anybody else. And so far, they seem to be ignoring you, choosing instead to go for the unarmed civilians. But Roel,
Shing, shing. Let's meet in the middle. I will launch at the first one, whichever one is closer to a child or something, or someone trying to kill someone.
there are no children here.
Okay. If anyone that's closer to killing another innocent, that's the first one I'll strike.
Got it.
So I'll leap over the veranda, slide across the wood into both swords,
Okay,
and
give me an athletics check.
okay. My athletics check would be a 21.
All right. So you very lithely and dexterously just leap over, following Lau's example.
Perfect. And I will go up to the first one and attempt an attack.
Go for it.
Huzzah! That would be a 13 plus my, so it'll be a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. I have no charges in my blades currently.
Correct.
Okay. So I will use one of my Eltharian abilities, which is, as an Inquisitor, I can sap a level of mana from some of its life force out in the form of mana, which will drain into my sword if it's mana laden. So I'll attempt to do that. Is it mana laden?
It is indeed.
Okay, well then I will hit it. The damage from the sword is 10, and the sapping is 2 more points of damage for a total of 12.
That'll be enough to take it down in a single blow.
Oh no. Then I will sap another of its life force. So I now have 2 swords. So what you'll see then is as the sword hits the flesh of this magical beast, the sword begins to glow a light tint of green. And then when I'm finished killing it and it dies, the last of its life force drains into the blade, and it becomes like a hot green white. It gets brighter the more mana that gets into it, illuminating a 5-foot glow off of the one sword, but not off the other. And that's just like he looks at the mana as he's holding it in the sword, remembering the heritage of the murders he's committed, and shakes it off because he knows he's using it for good this time and not for bad.
All right.
And I guess the other one's nowhere near me?
No, you'd have to wait. Your next
So I will not use my bonus action for my dual wielding, and I will just spin around and make sure he's okay.
He looks like he's doing just fine.
Right on.
Tito.
I will go out to what I assume is balcony out of our room, and I'll start doing the movements to cast, create water, and then remember that I can't anymore. Blast. So, how close is everyone to me? Is it
Roel is the closest because he just kind of vaulted down. and was
Okay,
right
like,
there,
is
whereas
everyone
Lau is
within
at the
about-
other end of the room? Everyone's within 30 feet of you.
okay? So I think just to be on the safe side because of this black eye, I'm just going to cast aid on everyone. So you guys all get a +5
Yeah.
to your hit points for 8 hours.
Thank you. 5 temporary hit points?
Yes.
Oh, that's to our max, correct?
Yes.
Oh, sick. Nice.
For an hour, you said?
8
8
hours.
8 hours. Hello.
Okay, so
Duration.
So our max goes up
5
by
points.
5 for 8.
Yes.
For 8 hours. Nice.
Great.
Done.
Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Not right now. Not that I can do right now, at least. Maybe, actually, perhaps I will go downstairs. And there's someone, is the black-eyed guy directly in the doorway?
He's directly in the doorway.
Oh, right. Well, then,
He is potentially obscured somewhat by Lau's massive hulking frame.
all right. Maybe I will, am I able to go over to any of the windows and perhaps smash something open to
Yes.
help people get
So I'll
out?
say you can just straight up do that. You can just move over to the window and smash it out. And you notice that the fire is illuminating quite a lot of the surrounding area, but after about 15 feet out, it's just like this black mist. And you can't make out anything beyond that.
That's not right. All right, that's me.
Okay. It is the man in the black robes.
Time for retaliation.
He glares at Lau, and you see his mouth open as he speaks a word. And I would like you to, well, he's going to make an attack as he's going to reach out towards you. His fingers and nails running with inky darkness that just begins to envelop his entire hand. And as he does so, his hand touches dead center on your chest, and you feel a wave of necrotic energy blast into you. However, as a Dewiskin, you can opt to use one of your abilities to basically heal from this.
Fantastic. Yes.
Bring it on. This is that Loki scepter moment. Tink. Tink.
Yeah. So as he does that, and you see almost this grimace of pleasure as he begins to try and inflict pain to you, and instead you just get this wave of necrotic energy, and it kind of invigorates. And then, while his emotions are difficult to read, you think fear has potentially crossed it at this point.
Fantastic.
Now, Goff Tommyton,
Yes.
you would like to cast Hold Person on this man? Has that
No, I
changed?
would not. It was Charm Person.
Oh, Charm
So what
Person.
he's going to do is, from across the room, he's going to lock eyes with this man in black. And he's going to throw his cape over his shoulder. And he's going to look at him. He's going to go clear. And he's going to go, "The color of your eyes don't matter to me. As long as we can live in harmony. Why can't we be friends? 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 I wanna. And yeah, Charm Person.
Okay, so he
Attempting
will
to.
be making a Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Of which he rolled a 9.
13, baby.
Okay, so he kind of just gets a blank expression on himself. Kind of looks around. Why can't we be friends?
we can be friends.
And then I look at Lau, and I'm like, just leave him alone. Just back off.
So it is Lau's turn. I assume you got the gist of.
Oh, yes. Loud and clear. No one would ever have mistaken that wonderful singing. So, do we still have one more enemy in?
There is, yes. There's
Okay.
one of those corpse-like creatures that's still attempting to.
Fantastic.
attack.
As part of my turn, I'm going to walk right up to the man in black, put my arm around him. Okay.
I will then
Yeah.
disengage from the man in black and then charge into combat to our corpse enemy and bring down my sword, my silver long sword, and attack.
Perfect.
Rolled a 12 plus 5.
That will hit.
Excellent. I'm going to roll damage. 7 plus 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 slashing.
10 slashing.
Silver sword comes back, and I ready my shield for a potential rebuke.
All right, you do cut into it, and it feels the pain of that, and it lashes around. And on its turn, it will make an attack to you with its claws. It is going to get a 24 to hit.
Oh, that hits, yes.
All right, you will be taking 7 slashing damage as the claws rake into you between the plates of your armor. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. I got a 7, and as a paladin, do I have additional bonus?
Not high enough level for the RA yet.
Excellent. All right. My Constitution +1, so I have an 8.
Okay, so unfortunately that's not enough. So as its claws rake into you, you feel your body begin to seize up as your movement is now become 0. But you can still do everything else.
Oh, okay.
Roel.
As I finished pulling out and holding up the blades up from killing the last guy, I look over and I see Lau seizing up from the attack of the claws, and I will just shout in some orcish phrase of like frustration at my friend being hurt, and I'll continue to run toward, and I will slide around and bounce off his sturdy shoulder, and spin around, double blades, and hack, and make a couple attacks.
Would you like to flank this creature?
I would love to. May I get advantage?
Yes, you may.
First swing, a 17 and an 18 on the rolls,
Yeah,
so
those
that
are gonna
will
hit.
hit. And just for posterity, the second one is also an 18. So we'll go with damage. I will not steal any of its mana force, knowing that this creature is
It's
hovering death's door,
taking
and I
a
don't
lot of
want to
damage,
overcharge my sword. So I will drop 9 damage into it.
That will be enough to finish it off as you
Steal a
see
bit of
the
its life
giant
force.
wound caused from the silver sword of your companion, and you just come in the other side to bisect it completely.
Yeah, and as its body falls over, I look up from its body falling down between Lau and I, and they'll be like, "Are you okay?"
I think. I'm not sure how long this will last.
Well,
And yeah, it's still kind of affecting you.
For at least a little while longer.
And as
Not my turn.
you all kind of go over to see Goff Tomington just having like a good old-fashioned conversation with his new best bud, he's like, yeah, I don't know what, I was really angry about something, but I can't for the life of me think of what it was. You guys are all right. I'll see you around. And the whole thing begins to kind of just fade away.
Okay.
And you all wake up. Or in your case, you open your eyes. It is now morning.
I look at my
There it is. We've done it. Let us move on.
Not so fast.
I look at my sword. Is it glowing?
No.
Merde.
Do we still have damage that we
No,
received?
that
Oh.
has.
In my
yes.
spell slot?
That's fine. You have succeeded in repelling the threat, and so there have been no negative consequences.
Oh, fantastic.
So it looks like some sort of dream-like being affecting these people who do not have the stalwart ability or the charismatic tongue of our companion here to stave them off.
Do you suppose it was
sir.
everyone in the village all at one time that was in that same dream?
One
not
would
see.
assume so.
What?
What
Except for the children.
what are
were
they
not
after, though?
You did remember that the hooded figure had told them to offer the children to the darkness of the caves, and that would end the nightmare.
Oh, that will not do.
No.
Except that one that told me to stop singing. He can go. Feed him.
I like him.
Offering
actually.
sacrifice.
Is everything expended that we used?
No, you've got
It
it
was a
back.
dream.
It was
Everything's back.
Yes. Had you been knocked unconscious, it would all have been expended. But because
Got
you
it.
survived, you're refreshed, and you're not
Got it.
suffering exhaustion.
So I wonder if we go to these caves ourselves and then find out what's there.
Is there perhaps... Maybe the children know about the caves.
Perhaps.
Maybe the
Bring
ones
the
that
light
know
back
about
to
it
the
don't
caves.
ever return.
Well, let's go ask the city. Let's go. Let's ask around.
So as you make your way down to the rest of the inn, you start to see a bit of a different situation than last night. You see some people actually look like they're okay. They look rested. They actually look very happy. And some of them you still see look quite exhausted. If you want, I will allow you to make an insight or investigation check.
I would love to.
All of them.
My
16.
insight. 25.
Bleh.
I rolled very well.
11.
11.
Oh, 14.
Okay. So between Roel and Goff, you can put your heads together and determine that
So meta. So meta.
you can determine that all of the people you see that look well rested are the ones you saved. The ones that look very exhausted were the ones you saw get cut down by those creatures.
Do they look like they recognize us?
Yes. They're going about their business. It doesn't seem like they're aware that you maybe experienced it, or they're not really sure maybe it was hazy. Like you're not even sure they even remember it 100%. But they do seem to look at you with a new appreciation.
Yeah. Yeah, coming down the stairs and say, "It was us. In case you were all wondering, we saved you."
Happy to be of service to you all.
Of course. We will accept special thank yous such as
Payment in gold.
bacon and eggs and gold, which in some places considered the same thing. I would
And
like
one child.
have you tried
the
something
sacrifice.
else, like perhaps this beverage we have back home called coffee? It really wakes you up when you're tired.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I did see what you all did there. Very good. Are you staying another night?
Yes. Has anyone given their children to this masked man?
No.
Good.
No, of course not.
Good. Do you know where these caves are?
Oh, yes. They're nearby in the forest, just about 5 minutes walk east of here.
What is there any lore or anything in this area? What are these caves?
Caves have mostly been unexplored. A few people have gone in there over time, and they never really found anything. There were stories from old times about folk who I'll not repeat in good company.
Well, it might be wise of you to tell us everything that you know if you'd like us to help you.
Every clue helps us get to the
Very
solving
well.
this mystery to put your
Very
town
well.
back to normal.
There were stories of a horrible cult of folk who sought to bring horrors from beyond this world. And they were stopped by a powerful noble. I believe he was a Dewisk, one of your kind. They came by here with a platoon of soldiers and put a stop to it and sealed the place up. And since then, everything has been fine. This town was built, and no one has discussed it other than the odd sage who's passed through. But we don't have the capabilities to investigate or do anything there. And the local Beolvians don't seem to have any interest. Their house is more interested in their own political schemes than assisting us. Especially when all we can tell them is that we're having bad dreams.
Well, we have first-hand experience of this, and we will help you. Now, I would like to confer with my members for a moment. If you can just wait for a moment.
Of course.
One moment, please. There was a child yesterday, ruddy in the face and red-headed. Would you miss him?
He is joking.
No, just saying, just in case. I'm a hobgoblin. We come from a sordid past.
Royal's like, I've murdered many people in my time. I'm not one to judge my companion
I
over
never
here.
would have thought that the Eltharian would be the one I'd be more willing to talk to.
We just need options.
It is not an option out of the question. We'd all rather die of exhaustion than submit to whatever it is that is afflicting us with us.
Fine.
We don't even know what sort of thing that children would do to those demons. They could get more powerful.
I have an idea. If we were to, well, there's two options. We can either take an actual child as bait or dress a villager up as a child as bait. But I figure that could be a fantastic way to then get in, or I don't think I have the childlike build, but...
You're not wrong. Do you have a dwarf handy that we can shave?
The cook's a dwarf.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
What is this?
I vote option 1.
Do you not have an ability to make someone look like a child with your magics?
No, I do not, actually. But a real child would work still. I don't like that one. Is he available?
Daddy, did the weird-sounding singer go yet?
There he is! Come here, child. Charm person on the child.
Oh my god.
Okay, maybe not.
I was going to say,
I was
second, I was about to
absorbing it.
look over
I was
at Roel.
debating absorbing it and being like,
Like, do to.
I do believe, actually, these flies are driving me crazy.
Oh yeah, they're all
How are
flying
they?
all over
Are they just? Are they?
the-
They're populating even more. Okay, I believe that we could bring a child nearby, but do not put them as an offering to sacrifice.
Of course not.
I wonder what would happen if we went to sleep there. Go to the cave. First off, let us see what's in the cave first. Get our reconnaissance there, and then figure out what to do from there.
So it seemed like they were asking for a thing. So if we pretend to give them that thing, we could ambush them in some way. But if we fight them in the dream realm, that might be their place of power. I would prefer to fight them in the waking material plane.
What if we disguise that baby? Not a real baby.
I was going to say, we're not taking a baby.
Of course not. But if we put a baby into swaddling and we, bring it over there,
Or
and
if the cooks are childlike size. We can dress them up as children, usher them in.
halflings.
Halflings.
Do you have any halflings
fantastic.
here?
Oh,
Phoenix borns, squirrelies, anything of this nature?
there is a squirrely. You can take him. Actually, he doesn't shut up.
Perfect. Well, wait. You could charm this one, a halfling.
Now, I remember you charmed that man in black. You may still have some affinity. You could try and charismatically tell him we are submitting. Push the children forward. We leap over as they're doing something, and we ambush them. And then we seal this cavern off, much like my ancestors did in times of yore.
Oh, I went
Do
for
I
a
get- sorry.
I went for a small wee-wee last night, and I looked behind and I saw you in the particular pose. Yes. I would later on maybe ask you why, but that's for some other time. I figured I was just
It's highly
sleepwalking.
personal.
Oh, yeah. I shall respect your boundaries, my friend.
Well, just because it's personal doesn't mean I won't share. I'm just saying it's a big ask.
I had
so
no idea you could bend your legs like that.
years of practice. You all sleep. It's a full 8 hours every night that I have nothing to do. Trust me, yoga is this kind of my thing.
Do I get the sense that my charm would have lasted, even though everything else has gone away? Like, do I know, or do I get a sense that he's still charmed?
Tell you what. Let's go another step further. Give me a full Arcana check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a 2.
Okay, so I'll give you the answer to your question.
Well done.
I'll give you the
Thanks,
answer
Norse
to your
Foundry.
question.
Drew, if you're out there, you've broken my DM dice.
You think that it is likely that will have worn off by the next morning. Like that would you'd have to live here and do this every single night in order for it to work.
Sure.
He might just be friendly towards you if you offer him what he wants.
Well, of
And-
course, look at me. Well then.
Who wouldn't give you what you want?
All three of us for fighting for you.
It's getting kind of awkward.
Believe me, if anyone knows what the goth likes, it would be me.
So wrong. On so many levels. So many levels.
Shall we go to the cavern?
Yes, I think having an offering for them in disguise is a good idea.
Dun, 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 dun. Wait, wrong epic. Okay, off we go.
Are you bringing a
A child?
The
Yeah.
halfling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we bring the halfling?
I
or-
go over and I like gently start to push the child
You're not taking
in our
the
direction.
child.
The
we'll
real
use
child.
The halfling.
Goff.
Hey, what are you guys doing? This little
Oh.
very hairy person. It almost looks like if a squirrel could be a person.
Yeah.
Sort of like wing flaps.
I
under his
would
arms.
love to use persuasion to try and speak to this. Shall I roll or say my piece first?
Why don't we try rolling first?
Okay.
See,
All right, I got a 1.
The half undead, like,
so yeah,
offer for you.
you walk up and he takes one look at your gaunt visage. It's like, oh, whatever you're doing, I want nothing to do with
Just
that.
gonna go like and turn away.
Turn immediately to the bard.
why
That's
don't you give him a
Yes.
chance?
Well, listen.
Are
Please.
you gonna do that all day? 'Cause that's amazing.
Do what? Sing?
Yes.
I am cursed, you see. I cannot talk normally, as my folk typically do.
Oh.
But please come with us,
Oh.
or you will look like him.
No, that's great. I like to sing so much, and everyone here throws rocks at me.
Well, come with us and sing. I will teach you. If you don't already know, if you do, you can teach me.
Wonderful.
Otherwise, we'll use you as a sacrifice.
The extremely
Possibly.
Sacrificey.
the extremely hairy halfling begins to sing incredibly off key,
Good.
very loudly, and
Perhaps you
everyone's
should
like
sing
trying to push you out the
silently.
door.
That is very good. Are you an actor, perhaps even? If you can sing that well, perhaps you can act. Can I hear your best child voice?
Hi.
Perfect. Come with us. You're in.
You're hired.
Oh boy, my first real gig. Take that, Dad.
Now, does he look like a child currently, or does he just
He looks
look
like
like
a
a
very,
halfling?
very hairy child.
Yes, so he's Italian. I'm Italian. No, well,
I guess I can't press to digitate his hair away, right?
Ah,
Like if I just shave the halfling.
like, man, what do you call that? Veet.
you could put him in an outfit. That
Can
would
I
disguise
shatter
him.
his
Yeah.
hair?
He's shattered. It's a
Can I
Tarantino
just
maneuver.
like target his body hair? Shatter it.
That would be amazing.
You know what? If you want to spend the spell slot, I'm okay with that.
Oh,
Jesus.
that is
'Cause
bad.
That's a second level slot.
You're probably going to need that.
But it's such a fun use.
It is a good use.
Oh.
Well, you have spell slots. Oh, you shatter his hair.
No, I'm not going to use my spell slots.
No, I will not.
I will go to the boy that doesn't like the bard and say, I can get rid of him for you if you give us one of your outfits.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get his clothes.
He gives you
I'll
an
bring it
old
over.
shirt that is full of holes that he doesn't like.
Sure, and some pants and something, whatever he's got. And we'll put this kid up like some ragtag street urchin kid. And we'll depart. Is there anything we want to do in the city before we go? I mean,
Potentially see if there's a reward in this. I mean, honor and justice. I'm all in. But if they're gonna,
but this is a good idea.
yeah, if we negotiate something up front, it's probably better than
Look, if
after
you
the
can
fact.
get rid of these nightmares, we'll give you free room, board, and all the food and drink you want for the rest of your lives.
Okay, well, that might be good for some of us, but that is some zero for him.
If you build a large statue in my honor, we're good.
We can probably arrange something.
Big, made out of stone. Give me like a good stalwart. Like
That pose you were doing the other night.
no, that's for later. Oh, okay. That's for later.
Statues,
Makes me a little jealous.
nights
you know?
rests. I'm talking money, 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 money.
So as you get off, they start to stake out a plot of land.
Don't worry. We'll get some money from them. Because we have unlimited food and lodgings. We can upsell it to other
Remember that
visitors coming.
timeshare thing I was talking about? We can do
Sublet
that here.
our room. Sublet our room like a business.
Yeah.
Yes. They pay 1 gold. We charge 2. It's free for us. We could even charge 7 silver and still be making a killing.
We could call it Sky B&B.
We run away.
So you have this little squirrely, very hairy-looking individual with wing flaps that are currently stuffed up inside a very too small for him child's outfit,
Worst
and he
costume
is
ever.
he is singing very loudly, obnoxiously,
Yeah, it's great.
very off key,
Yeah, perfect.
and I will not repeat it because I respect you more than.
Actually, I think I'd love to hear you sing it. No, because you're. Okay, so
I'd have to try really hard, and it would be against my own like. I'm a musician. I refuse to butcher music.
so what happens when we leave?
So you leave. It literally is a 5-minute walk. You just go over.
No.
You see the trees, and just in the fringes there is what can only be described as a cave.
Well, it's good. Didn't realize it was this close.
Very inconvenient for these village.
So we we'll approach
Very convenient for us.
at distance. How do we want to approach this? I will approach my usual way. So swords will be out, and I'll be detecting magic the whole way through.
Excellent. I say we play this, that we're giving the offering, and then just put the halfling down and charge in a battle. Once.
Incognito at first.
Yeah, I made just an idea, maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll have
You
my
can
hands.
if it has light. If we're going to the cave, that can illuminate. I have dark.
I have to
How
drain
much did you
mana.
say this gig was paying?
For you? Unlimited food.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
For the
get
rest
to
of your
manage
life
our
here.
timeshare
Yeah.
for us.
That's our manager.
That
There we go. Done.
Yeah.
All right.
So, we'll let him go first, right?
So
Like,
he confidently strolls into the key. He has no idea what's happening.
Here,
He just
here, into the
confidently.
cave?
Continue on.
I'll kind of grab him by his scruff and
Yeah.
be like, so we're gonna pretend that we're giving you to the bad guys.
Okay.
But we're not gonna do that.
Of
So
course.
when it comes in, I'm gonna pull you back, and you're gonna just need to be safe. But just pretend as hard as you can you're a little kid.
Okay.
Great.
You don't get any payment unless you make it believable.
I want apple juice. Is that good?
Yeah, you're doing
Perfect.
great. You're doing
And
great.
your character's name is the Loom.
The Loom. Yes, the Loom is your name. Okay, Lumi, let's go.
Weird. Okay. Well, sure.
It's
you
a
know,
horrible name, but the Loom.
You're the
let's go.
director.
Okay, so how do we want to do this out of character?
It is dark in the cave.
Excellent.
Just for reference. Which I think only affects
I'm a human.
you.
I can't see anything.
Yeah.
You guys all have dark vision?
Yeah.
How many uses of
Does
Bardic
your
Inspiration
sword
do we get?
glow?
No, only
It
when
is
it's
equal
only
to
when
your
it's
charisma
absorbed.
bonus, so 3.
Can we cast a spell on it to make it glow for you?
We
Can it-
could. A couple things about that. We could. It would drain your spell slots. It can't do through.
Will a
cantrip
cantrip
Cantrips
work?
don't do it. Cantrips will make it glow for a bit and then it fades out.
Oh.
Wow. It's mechanical reasons.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be like.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
It's like, I'm about to go into combat. Mending, prestidigitation, and slay the enemies. No, I don't worry about me, friends. I will figure it out.
You probably have torch.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it'll affect their dark vision, so I'll let them go in a little bit.
when I light fires, I use a torch, as we remember from earlier.
Correctly,
so
actually,
I'm
yes.
sure that I have one on hand.
Perfect.
The torch ignites with a nice orange glow.
One sword, one torch,
Okay.
and away we go. So for dark vision, did you want to lead and let me stay behind? Would it not affect, or do you want would the light go
So
first?
with dark vision in darkness, you do have a -5 to your passive perception and disadvantage on perception because it is considered low light. With a torch, you would not have that, but obviously, if anything tries to find you, it's very obvious.
We want to be found. So
Of course.
it's
Okay.
fine.
So I will lead then. I'll go in.
You descend into the cave, traveling deeper and deeper. The darkness, your only companion, following you, staring at you unendingly. A light wind howls in anguish, sending a chill down your spine as your torch sputters nervously in the suffocating darkness. Continues down and meanders around a little bit through a couple of different tunnels and caves and caverns. After about 5 minutes, you arrive at a rather large open cavern with, behind some fallen rubble, what looks to be an ancient door with runes inscribed upon it.
Had you divine sense to?
Yes. You don't get anything that is. Well, you get 2 things. One is latent, something from the past, from a long time ago. You get faint traces of fiendish energy. More recent, you're getting some undead.
I will communicate this to my party.
And while he's doing that, I will concentrate on the Rennick and see what kind of mana is manipulating this area.
Necromantic. But there is something very strong, something very, almost a beacon of energy, very close to here.
But not the door.
Not the door, it is beyond the door.
Beyond the door.
I believe what we're looking for is beyond this door. And it is powerful. You sense undead.
Yes.
I sense necromancy.
This is all part of the script, right?
Yes, this
Yeah,
is
well,
going.
yes,
You're doing
yes,
great.
yes.
You're
Okay,
doing
okay.
great.
Yeah, you're still a child.
Still think we should have brought the child.
We can always
did.
go back and
We
get.
did.
We still. we can always get
Look
another
around
one if
for
we
any
need
like
it.
we told
Yeah,
them
right,
they
right. They didn't care.
It's
are
only
you-
5 minutes.
Shut the hell up. So this door's covered in runes.
Yes.
I stand back. Domitan, Tardido, I believe this is your domain.
Not mine.
Secret runes on a door.
Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Primordial are my languages.
No.
I have Chimerish,
Chimerish, yeah.
Thalmanese,
Thalanese, yeah.
and Ililian.
Iunian, yeah.
Thank you.
It is,
Close.
The languages of our world.
it is Thalanese.
Oh,
I understand it
fantastic!
too then.
Okay.
Okay, I do not.
It is what appears to be sort of either a warning or a some kind of prayer or something along that line. It is death awaits thee, death embraces thee, and none escape death.
Fantastic.
Exciting.
Potentially, was this something that a D-Whisk had written previously when my character's
Quite
ancestor?
possibly.
Oh, all right. My guy's he's like pumped. He's doing the thing. This is right along the channel of his whole life mission. So he's all in.
All right.
Yeah. We have come to the right place.
Right. Well, then
We're
let's
going
just
in,
open the
guys.
door. Come on.
No faltering now. We are moving through. We are purging this cave.
Is it locked?
It is a large stone door. It doesn't appear to have a lock or any kind of mechanism on it. There's no handle.
Can
It's
I
just-
knock
it's
on
like-
it?
You certainly can.
Yeah.
It sounds like a stone door. With
So the
something
runes,
open.
they emanate
Right.
magic?
No, they just appear to be inscriptions.
I'm going to just tap it with the Rennick. Anything?
Can I give it a large push?
You certainly can. Give me an athletics check.
While he's doing that, before we go in, go ahead.
I got a 4, and I have, I think, a plus of
I'm going to assist him so he
Five.
can get
Yeah.
advantage. I'll come up.
Okay.
9.
I'll just put like, oh my love. My hands on your hands and we'll push together. Oh my darling. So you can have advantage.
Thank you.
Jason.
19.
Okay.
Plus
I've
5.
hungered for
That's going to work.
your
It
touch.
was,
Time of Bard. College of Time Bard.
yes.
Wow.
Same
It's
thing,
all the
basically.
time, 24/7. Can do some really fun stuff with Bardic Inspiration. Do you want to cover that real quick?
Sure.
So I
Yes.
can understand it,
So
and the people at home can.
it is
know its
standard Bardic
awesomeness.
Inspiration,
Yep.
but you have 2 additional uses for it. One is that you can expend a use of it to adjust someone in the initiative order, to have
Okay.
them go above or below, depending on what you roll on the die.
Okay.
And that includes your enemies.
Yep.
And it can cause things to get a second turn or miss a turn.
Okay.
The other option is that you can give it to somebody and they can expend it
Yep.
to increase the time, or I guess decrease the time of the casting of a spell. So an action to a bonus action to a reaction. And
Yep.
reactions are always
And
reactions.
as I was explaining this to you last night, you could do things like if a wizard has a familiar that gets killed, the College of Time Bard can give the call to aptitude die, and then you can spend the aptitude die to resummon your familiar in an action instead of a full hour. Other things you can do with it, you can actually turn a bonus action into a reaction, which means in theory, to break the game, you could hold a healing word as a reaction, or cast a healing word as a reaction. So there's just some really interesting play with it.
Love it.
As your Bardic Inspiration dice. And like I said, the call to action version, you roll the Bardic die to modify the initiative roll. If you're on 14, let's say, and he's on 13, you've taken your turn on 14, his initiative's on 13, and he decides to rewind time for you or push you forward and roll the die and get 2 or 3 and knock you down to like 11, you'll get a second turn for that turn, but you'll permanently be at the 11 mark for initiative
For
going
next turn.
forward.
That's cool.
So it's kind of an interesting like economy play. It's and when we designed the time stuff, we designed it in a way to play with the mechanics adjacent of 5th edition in a way that time would, as we're manipulating time in the game and how things play out. So those are some of the cool things you can do. I love it.
Awesome.
College of Time
Okay,
was great.
Do all of them for us.
Yeah,
please.
right now.
Yeah.
All 3.
Right now.
Actually,
You can give it lasts for I think a minute.
minute,
So,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
you could give a Teratito the die so she could cast healing word at reaction.
but it's a bonus action to do it. Bardic
It is a
Inspiration,
bonus
so-
action to use it, and
Yeah.
then it only lasts for a minute, and then it's gone.
Yeah, okay, then we'll wait
We'll wait,
until
yeah.
we're in.
So
initiative.
together we've
So with the 2 of you working together, you were able to shove this door
Now, I was going to take
inwards.
his fingers, though, and put them over your fingers like this, so it's like clutching together to just have it be a nice, intimate moment while we're doing it.
I need your love.
You see some jealousy from Goth, but you don't know from who.
We've got some hints.
Ooh,
squirrely
so
just
we've
looks
had an
up.
elimination.
Sorry.
It's all
eliminated-
right. Teratito already has a partner.
Squirrely looks up at you. Are they like always doing this?
Yes.
Is this also part of the script? Because they're really into it.
I mean, is it not normal?
I mean, it's
Everyone
fine.
else
I'm
in
just
my experience
I
on
have,
this
I
land.
have, to be honest with you, I have no idea what's going on.
You want that SAG card, don't
Welcome
you?
to my world.
With great effort, the ancient stone door finally slides open. The acrid air beyond assaults your nostrils as decades-old stagnant air is released from within.
This doesn't look like something new.
Through the now open doorway, you can see a short corridor extending out into the darkness. Iron bars rise to the ceiling at the end of the hall, carved to look like bones. A gate is placed within the bars. The other side of the door you've just opened, as you kind of push it open, you can see the other side of it is covered in what look to be claw marks and dried blood, and at your feet is an old skeleton in rotting clothes, its arms outstretched towards the door.
A friend of yours?
Is he a friend of mine?
Based on the fact of how it's positioned, and you don't think this, you don't get the feeling that this is a Duisk. This appears to be something else.
So when we read in was it in Thalanese? When we read, it was like all who enter here are dead that die, or something to that.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
Is there a way for us to make sure that this door does not close behind us?
The general way to do that is with pythons. Does anybody have pythons?
I do not.
Pitons.
I was gonna say no.
I don't think I do. I can shatter it.
Potentially in my bag that I'm unaware about. Let me check my character sheet.
No pythons, no rogues, no
You could also
pythons.
potentially use basically if there's anything you can like wedge in the doorway.
Maybe
that
the
Crossbow
the
bolt?
the skeleton.
Crossbow bolt?
That would
bone.
break.
Pythons.
All right, because I still have that crossbow.
you're gonna want something a little sturdier.
Is
than
there any
that.
like larger pieces of stone nearby?
You could grab like a rock from the cavern.
Why don't we grab a large size stone and put it like a wedge so if it closes on us, it'll only close on
Right.
the stone and we have grip, yeah?
Right. I'm not ready to do that stance quite yet.
So you just head out, you find a nice rock, pick it up, place it down, and now you're pretty confident that if that door were to close behind you, it'll slam into that rock and
Perfect.
it'll be stone against stone, and either the door will break or the rock will break and the door at the same time. And you feel pretty confident this will prevent it.
Let's go. Torch
Well,
out.
while they're doing all of that, can I look over the skeleton to see
Make a medicine check.
How it died?
or how old it is or the race or anything like that? It is a 25.
Human.
Adult?
It looks, yes.
Okay.
It looks like it was trying, whoever this was using their bare hands to try and claw their way through this stone door out
Ooh.
of sheer desperation.
Not fantastic.
But you don't, it doesn't look like they were killed through any like bone violence, and the bones have shown no signs of violence. So if it could have been magical in nature, it could have been a more natural cause.
I don't like this at all.
Nope.
Do you allow ready actions outside combat?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I pull out my crossbow, I load a bolt, and I'm going to ready an action that if anything threatening comes around
Okay.
the corner.
You can
That's
do that?
I'm gonna
I'm excited for that.
Just pat the squirrely on the head. Don't worry, it's only a prop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really realistic. I tell you,
It's a high budget.
the production quality of this is whatever this
I
is
know.
amazing.
We've got good money behind us.
Apparently,
Yes.
I mean that looks like this place smells like it's full of.
I
real
know. Let's go.
skeletons.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's put
So
wave
you
the torch in
you
front
go
of
in
it.
first.
Yeah, I'll go down.
So
Sword at the ready.
You go up to the gate. It is extremely rusty, but if it was locked, it has long since rusted away or dissolved. So you could just open the gate.
Open the gate.
I say we go in.
Do we see what's past the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you take a bit of a look.
Torch through. Good idea.
Dark vision, so I'm like,
As you hold the torch up to the gate, you can see through the bars, and the first thing you notice is the sound of this faint song drifting in the air.
is it good though?
It's in a minor key, and it's very.
Does Taratito recognize this song?
My Chemical Romance.
It's not
No, it's not. It drifts in the air as if being sung from very far away. The smell of blood also wafts through the room, and your lungs fight against the ancient stagnant air. You also get the sense that someone or something is watching you. Up ahead, etched onto the floor, is a large symbol. You don't really know what it is. It appears to be possibly some kind of lunar eclipse. It's a very strange symbol. And it is surrounded by either stars or something along those lines. Several unlit torches line the walls, and you can make out what appear to be just at the edge of, because the room is large, so just at the edge of the firelight of your torches, you can see two braziers in the sort of framing the symbol in the floor at the center. More dried blood and skeletons litter the floor around the symbol, all of them transfixed in poses of horror, many with limbs and positions that no mortal should be able to perform. One in particular stands out to you as it's collapsed over the southeastern brazier, grasping desperately at something in its hand. But
Unmoving?
What kind of magic am I getting?
unmoving. The rest of the room is in darkness, and you'd have to open the gate and get in to get a better view of it.
Still lots of necromancy?
Yes.
You know it feels like somebody's watching us.
And we're not in this room yet.
No, you're just looking through the gate.
All right.
I'm just gonna open the gate. Oh dear.
I guess we're going in.
Yes.
Subtlety is not the hard thing, I guess. huh?
Well, do we want to be subtle? I
Wow,
thought
that
we
was a
brought-
great sound
I
effect.
mean,
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it was. Yes.
No, as it's I'm like, shh.
It's
I'm
very
joking.
loud and
I love
squeaky,
you.
but otherwise.
I wonder
Just get him to run through.
if
It's your cue. Go.
no.
Yes, Lou,
He's
Lou,
joking.
will you
He's-
please go into the room first and go see what's in that gentleman's hand?
No, I'll go with him. We'll go in together. I wonder if we should light those two braziers and potentially use our swords to hack up these skeletons so they don't come and.
You say you wish to light a fire on the brazier.
Yes.
I hand you the torch. I hand you the torch.
But you will need that to see.
I know, but it is your pleasure to light the fire with a torch.
Yes, fantastic. Together.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my love. The torch goes
I
off.
will need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
A wisdom save.
Yeah.
He does?
Yes.
Ooh, I rolled a 3. That does not. And I have only +1. So yeah.
As you enter this room along with your squirrely companion, this sense of dread begins to settle over you. You honestly begin to believe that this location is where you will have your final pose, and this is where you will rest eternally. It is not in the hall of your ancestors. Like this feeling of absolute inevitability just courses through you that this is where you die.
And that's not a good. He's not. He's.
No, this
oh,
is
all
not
right.
good. The
Bad news,
squirrely-
everyone.
The squirrely completely hits the floor in a fetal position and just begins rolling around and screaming in mental
He's doing
anguish.
this?
No, this
No,
is
kid.
a squirrely.
Squirrel.
Oh.
Squirrely kid.
Squirrely. In your
Kid.
case, you currently have disadvantage
Okay.
on any d20 rolls.
Anything. All right.
As you are,
Wow.
you are so convinced that you're going to die that it actually is affecting your performance.
All right. Lau is going to be scoping out good real estate for where to be.
So, all right, you know what? You can have inspiration. I really like that. That's fantastic.
Might as well.
So off the cuff. That was great. So something you do notice is that as you explore more of the room, you actually see that there are 4 braziers
Okay.
in the framing the symbol in the floor, and that there is a large double doors in the north, and then a door to the east and a door to the west.
Oh, God.
Right.
Looks like an adventure.
All right.
Light the braziers.
Okay. As you light it, it ignites into crimson and black fire,
I stop after the first one.
illuminating the room in a sort of dull crimson glow.
Are there any entrances or exits out of this chamber that we see?
Yeah, there's the double doors in the.
There's
Right,
the
double-
double doors
sorry,
in the
yeah,
north,
yeah.
the door to the east, and the door to the west. And as you light that brazier, and you make it, I need you to make a wisdom save. And it is at this point that there is a loud bang, shattering sound from behind you as the door attempted to slam shut and hit the stone. You clever, clever individual.
When that happens, I bring my heavy crossbow. I'm going to continue to ready in action. That if anything comes through those doors,
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something with that in just a second.
Natural 20. Wisdom save.
Bim, bim, bim.
25.
You feel this sense of dread and this inevitability, but you're able to kind of shake that off a little bit more.
I've seen some shit.
Now, yes. Now go off.
Yes.
As you're super wiry, your eyes are looking around in the darkness, and you finger ready to go on that trigger. Second anything moves, you're just
Yeah.
right between the eyes. From beyond the double doors, you hear a loud metal thud, followed by another one, getting louder.
Only
with
he's hearing
each
this?
passing one. No, you're all starting to hear this now. But this is the first thing that he's the first one to notice it.
Yeah. I train my crossbow on that door.
Big double doors.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's
Our
coming.
final resting place.
What?
We will die
That
here.
is not what I signed
All
up
of
for.
None of us are
Can-
going to die here. Snap out
can
of
I-
it, Lau.
So can I signify to the rest of the party that my dude thinks this is it?
Yep.
It-
Oh, yeah.
This is it. We shall die. Find your location for your eternal mourning.
I turn. I will
No.
like swords in hand, but just enough to grab the skull helm of Lau and be like, "Snap out of it! This is not where we're going to die, my friend.
I am certain of it.
We have fought dragons together, and beholders, and illithids, and everything else in between. A little room like this is not going to scare us. Snap out of it!"
So if you want, you can make another wisdom
Oh,
save.
please,
See if you
yes,
can knock
thank-
out of it.
Snap
There we go.
out of it.
I got a 10 plus 1, so only 11.
Not quite enough to snap out of it yet.
Does
unless
anyone
you,
have a spell that can
unless
potentially
you'd like to
alleviate?
use your inspiration that I gave you to.
Oh yeah,
Or
I'll
I
reroll.
could just walk up and be like, come on, stop being a baby, and just pat you on the shoulder and give you guidance.
Oh,
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Add a D4, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. It's a 1.
What is that a total of? 12?
Yes, 12.
Still not quite enough.
So if you want to,
I'll roll my inspiration.
You still get the other 2 or the 1 from the D4.
Yes.
It's a 4.
Oh, sad to
You
understand.
don't understand. This will be our new home. All of us together.
All right, well, let's try and save the village at the same time, at least.
So as
I
this,
cast aid on everyone.
Okay.
All
again.
right, we got our aid back.
So as that is as you finish casting that, you begin to continue hear this loud thud with getting closer and closer, and it stops. And you get the feeling that whatever it is just behind those double doors. And as the doors swing open, click goes the crossbow. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
Aw, man, 12.
Okay.
That's not bad.
It is extremely deadly aim. Unfortunately, what has opened this door is a massive suit of full plate mail. It is dark onyx-colored steel, and beneath the helmet are 2 piercing, glowing red eyes, very similar to your own, in fact. And in its hand is a large crystalline black sword. Massive, about the size of the one you have.
I call dibs on the sword.
But it is immense, and even just looking at it, it's like you feel the power radiating off of this thing. And your bolt hits dead center and ricochets right off and into the floor.
Okay.
From beneath this armored helmet, a rough, echoing voice emits one word: skulls. And it makes its way into the room with its sword raised up high.
Oh, dear.
Are there still skulls on all of the skeletons?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Is there a chance that he's saying skull and he's cheering something for us? Like a drink, maybe. He wants a drink.
So what
Probably not.
what do you do?
You said there's a door to the left and the right.
Yes.
I look over at Goff.
Here.
He's like, his eye widened. He's giving up.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you have come.
Dad!
Very excited about finding my new location. It's going to be great. I've been practicing every night.
Well, I think
I will say, I think something you would notice as they're panicking, and you're not, because this is obvious. You do see that inscribed onto the armor is the family sigil of the DeWisk line.
Brother!
so. We see him like embracing this whole
Yeah,
thing.
well,
It's
he's not quite embracing him, but he is.
like, does this thing look like it's coming at us?
It is coming towards whoever the closest is, which is probably going to be
Yeah.
Lau. And it is raising its sword up. It is moving slowly,
yeah,
but
like attack
methodically.
motion for the sword.
Yes.
You hear, using prestidigitate. And you guys know what this is like. Yeah. And I step forward. I was born! And I shatter.
Dun, dun.
All right, which is a con save, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Okay. There is a blast of sonic energy that cascades over this creature, this suit of armor, and it gets sent flying back as it withstands into the halls, dust flying up from its feet as it repels backwards. Bones go flying everywhere, shattering on the walls. One of them is a hand clutching something from the brazier, flies out and smashes on the ground right next to the squirrely, who is currently lying in a puddle of his own tears. Tiratito, you see, it looks to be about the size of a cantaloupe. It is a trinket. It is a skull of crimson color. It seems to be made of the color of blood. It's just this little tiny skull.
All right. Well,
It looks like the skeleton had it in his hand. He was clutched over the brazier with it.
But the skeleton got
almost
destroyed.
desperately. The
but
skeleton's been
but the skull
blasted
did
away,
not get
but the
hurt at
skull
all?
did not get damaged in the slightest.
well, I'll go over and I'll pick up the squirrely.
Okay, he's just weeping silently.
Yes, I'll just tuck him under my arm and pick up the skull.
Is this part of it too?
Are you quitting?
Yes.
Okay, go away then.
No sad card for you.
As you lift up the skull, it feels wrong. This is an ugly magic.
Is it like an actual skull that has something cast on it,
No,
or is it like
it's
a
not the size of a
made?
skull. It looks like it was manufactured.
Okay.
It looks as if it was made of crystallized blood. And as you stare at the skull, you get the distinct impression it's staring back at you.
Turn it around so it's not looking at me.
He turns around, looks at you again.
As for Lao, so it
Does
got
it
blasted.
take that damage?
It got blasted back away from you.
Okay. Is it made of is it made of organic material within the?
There is no organic material.
Okay,
that,
so it
that
gets
actually
disadvantage on its saving throw.
Yeah, it really set it back. You don't notice any visible damage, but
Okay.
it looks to have been blasted back, and it looks
So-
very
okay, so it
disoriented.
did take the thunder damage from Shatter.
I mean, it might have.
It's 15 points because you didn't have.
Yes.
Okay.
But if it, but,
Okay.
but if, but
Yeah,
if
no,
it,
yeah,
if
yeah,
it
yeah,
did, it
yeah,
didn't seem to
yeah.
really
Okay,
affect
so it doesn't
that
seem like
much.
it's
But it's
been
stunned or
damaged.
something.
Yes.
But it did push. It got pushed back, but it's not.
You did
Okay,
effectively
got it.
push it back, and it appears to be stunned.
Got it. Got it.
Now, I've seen him in our journeys before do stuff like this and end fights. And this thing isn't crumbled or anything.
No, it looks like it definitely took a bit of a blast, but your
Not
best
damaged.
guess is that delayed it slightly.
Must not be a fan of rock and roll.
We'll try something else.
Yes, of course.
Possibly heavy metal.
Ah, of course, yes.
Or love.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to defend him because he's not all with
He's
it.
willingly allowing it to attack.
Yes,
you.
okay, so I'm not doing that at all. I'm going to, so she's doing her thing. You've cast your spell. I'll run in front of him and look back and say, like, this is not your friend. This is not who you think it is. It is something of malign intent. It would kill you if you try to embrace it.
I will try and shake this stupor. Potentially, you can give me help.
Yes, go
As
for
an
it.
action.
Go for it again.
Yes, of course.
So
This
something
is what I'm trying
something
to
that
do.
you do see is that
19!
Which
So
translates
yes.
into a dirty ass 20.
so finally Roel's words begin to manifest themselves in your mind, and you're like, yeah, no, what?
We don't die here today. What do you...
He's like, I can see what's happening. And you don't have a clue. We'll fall in love with each other tonight, and to hell with this poo-poo.
Behind the double doors is a long hallway. It is incredibly dark and claustrophobic. It is lined with statues depicting a cloaked figure wielding a scythe. And though unmoving, you can't help but feel as though dark eyes watch at you from beneath the statues' hoods. The large suit of armor is beginning to recover and start to march its way back down this hallway towards the room that you are currently residing in.
So was the skull, or was the skeleton trying to put the skull in a specific brazier? And
He was hunched over the one brazier to like the southeast.
Okay. And
Was the
has-
skull in the fire when he was doing that?
It was in the brazier, but not the one that he lit. Because you only lit the one brazier in the night.
So far, yeah.
After I went in crimson black fire, you were like, okay. You didn't
Is it
touch
doing
the other
anything?
ones.
Is that affecting anything right now? Do I know?
Doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Maybe light all the braziers and throw the skull back in and see what happens.
that seems like a logical.
Did you want to
thing
throw the skull first or light the braziers first?
Let's light the braziers first, I think.
Okay, well, so you have about one brazier. I guess all three of you, if you all had a way to light it, you could light all three before the armor reaches this room. Otherwise, it will get back into the room and start to attack whoever's close.
I'll hold off the armor. You guys figure out what to do with the brazier. And I'll take my swords and I'll run to the door frame and I'll
Okay, you
take
stand in
the dodge
door
action.
frame.
I'm gonna look around everyone and take my foot and like nudge Squirrely closer to the middle of the circle, like as he's in a puddle on the floor.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
He grabs his head as blood pours out of his ears and nose, and he begins screaming, "No! No! Ah!"
I'll look back.
Push him back. Sorry.
The demons are coming!
Oh, Joey.
Oh, dear.
That was near the center of the room.
Not anymore. He wasn't.
All right.
He was. Yeah, he nudged him into the symbol, and now he's out of the symbol.
All right.
Did it? When I was pushing closer to the symbol, did it get worse?
Oh
Did it seem
God,
like
yes.
that
He
was
started
okay.
to bleed.
I pressed to digitate the blood away. I keep pushing him.
Away or closer?
Oh, that's okay. It's fine. Don't worry.
So, Lau, what would you like to? You know, you're wanting to light a brazier. What are you?
I will also light a brazier.
Okay. So you again light a brazier into crimson black fire, and do you do the same?
Yes.
So you now have lit in 3 of the braziers. There's 1 left, so you're going to get attacked with
Dodge.
disadvantage.
Dodge.
Oh, you dodged a critical hit.
Ooh.
You can't dodge a critical hit.
No, I have
'cause
disadvantage.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
This jet black sword swings down, and while you know that, and you know this is a magic sword, it actively works against your Rennick.
Oh,
And you start to see black kind of flecks of some kind of slate material.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but hurry up.
1 more round.
So, no initiative. We'll just each take an action.
At this
on it?
point, sure, yeah.
Okay. I'll just shunt the blade up and try to take a couple hits on it, like I'm.
That being said, if you want to use your Bardic Inspiration to adjust and give someone else an extra turn, I would allow
Yeah,
that in this
we're
instance.
not. We're not.
We're not
initiative just
technically in
yet.
initiative at this moment.
That's fine, not
'cause
yet.
It doesn't seem like you actually want to fight the thing. You're just trying to repel it.
Yeah, I'm repelling it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm actually gonna look at the thing. You said it's humanoid, right? I
It
don't know if
is
it's undead or
humanoid
not.
in size and shape. It looks like a man wearing a large man,
Yeah.
a rather large individual wearing a big full plate suit of armor,
Right.
emblazoned with some kind of house sigil you don't recognize.
Sure.
Large, glowing, beady red eyes, and this massive dark black sword.
Do I, understanding magic, get the sense that it may be susceptible to charm magic?
You can give me an Arcana check.
I sure will. It's gonna be great. No, it's not. 9.
You don't think so,
'Kay.
but you're not really sure what it is or what the significance of this creature
Crap.
is.
I had a good song prepared. Okay. You guys go ahead.
Okay.
Give me a sec.
It said it wants the skull. So either I think we take the skull, put it in the fire, or maybe throw the skull at it and see what happens.
He said plural skulls. There's
is
more
true.
than just this one.
There are doors over there. Ching.
Okay.
Shunt. Attack. I hope the Rennick will try to slow it down, so I'll make a couple of attack rolls. Low was it
Just to quote,
11?
this is instead of dodging.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I made the mistake. I made the rolls. So 11 to hit with one,
Okay.
and then well above 20 to hit for the other, being 25.
Both swords deflect off the armor.
They both miss.
Yes. No, they didn't miss. They deflected off the
The
armor.
Rennick deflects.
Yes.
Oh, shite. Cling, cling, cling. We need to hurry up and figure this out. This is really bad. I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger all of a sudden. No. Get to the chopper.
So
I don't know
between
why I
the
switched
two of
accents
you,
there.
are you lighting the 4th brazier?
We'll say yes.
Or do you want to do something with the skull while you light the 4th brazier?
I'll light the brazier. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now all 4 are lit and bathing this room in this crimson red glow with sort of a black shadowy tinge to it. Other than that, you haven't really seen anything else, although you continue to just feel like, even though it's not actually looking at you, you're just like, you swear to God this thing's looking at you.
If I start moving it towards the fire, does it?
The fire begins to kind of amp up and flare.
Do I get?
And
the
you hear skulls!
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
He's like,
Bloop. Skull goes into the fire. It bursts into a column of pure inferno, and you hear screams echo out in the entire chamber. And then it dies down after a second or two, and that music is slightly louder. And you see mid-swing, the armor stops and begins to slowly rattle and adjust and kind of slowly begin to move again. It
so,
seems like
so
it
it doesn't attack me that turn?
correct.
What did you do?
I put the skull in. Let's find the rest, I think. Yes.
I run back up through the gate and grab the skull from that skeleton that's up by the door.
Okay. It's a skull. Yeah. Off it pops.
Okay, I bring it back in. What should we do with it? We need
Throw
skulls.
it in the fire.
We the North.
It's slowly turning black and charcoal.
Not the right type of skull, I think. Let's go through one of the doors.
I'll hold this thing off as long as I can.
I can help you. We can do it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goff, Teotito, go and find some more skulls in this place. We'll hold this thing off.
All right. I'm going to go to the door on the right.
Door. So facing from where you came in.
Yeah, you said there's a door right
Or
to
the
the
east
left.
and the left. In the east and the west. So it's
East.
okay. Sounds good.
So we came in from the south?
You came in from the south. Yes.
South, east, west, double door in
Yes.
the middle?
We're going to
Yeah,
hold
east.
off the double door.
I
Yeah.
go east.
So you go east. So you run over.
I don't want to. No, but it's a perception check before
Oh, really?
they open.
All right. Fair enough. Fair
That
enough.
was good.
19.
19. Okay.
To see a slide up.
Yeah.
You avoid stepping on anything that has to do with that symbol.
Yeah.
You catch yourself before you step on one of the stars, and you're like, "Yeah, I don't. Just to be safe, I'm not
Yeah.
going to touch that."
Yeah, no,
so
okay.
you
See
what you were
move
trying to
around
do
that.
there.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
get to that door, and
Yeah.
you swing the door open heroically, and see that it is caved in.
Past it.
Yes,
Like
about,
the
about
hallway
7 feet
caved in?
Yeah, about 7 feet in, it's caved in.
Okay. You're going to the left door?
No,
you-
you-
I'm
no,
gonna
she's going to the left
left
door.
Do it.
assisting
Before I go over
Roel.
there, I'm just going to toss a bane on the buddy.
Sounds good.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
That will be helpful.
See what happens if I get hit.
Negative D4. All right.
And then I'll go and avoiding all of the things.
Yeah. Okay.
Go check out the western door.
You open the door to extend. It extends out into a hallway with some stairs that lead down, and then veers to the right.
Caved in over here.
Maybe this direction, because it's not exactly just a room on this other side. Maybe we don't need to hold it off.
Oh, so it's a hallway?
Yes.
Yep.
Shall we disengage and explore that other room?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Okay. So you both move away from it and head down there with
Is,
Goff.
it
like-
moving slower now?
It is starting to recover, and you
Ah.
actually see it's getting a little bit faster than it used to be.
Oh.
Oh.
Crap.
Welcome!
Run quickly!
You
Run
just get out of the
away!
way as the sword swishes itself over you.
I still want that sword. Okay.
And out through the other doorway you go. You follow up after them, I assume?
I'll
All
close
right.
the door
Again, you
behind
go
us.
around the symbol in the center. Get in there. You shut the door behind
Yeah,
you.
once they're all through,
You hear
I'll
the-
shut the door
Oh,
behind
I
us.
pick up
What's that?
Squirrely on the way by.
Come with us.
What's
I mean,
the point?
it's fine. How many hits do you think it'll absorb for us? No.
He's
Yes.
just caked in blood all over his head. Just what's the use? We're all lambs to the cosmic slaughter.
I will slam the door shut, and I'll put both my swords up against the door, and I'll just kind of brace myself to keep the door held.
Okay. You hear the
It's coming toward the door, or
Yes.
it's banging on the door.
It's coming towards the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Go, run!
Run.
Okay, you make it down the hallway, veer right, down some more stairs to another door.
Check the door, I guess. Is there any symbols on the door, actually?
Just a door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check the door. I investigate it, looking for traps. 17 plus investigation.
Yes.
17.
You find remnants of a trap, but it appears to have been disarmed long, long ago.
Okay. And there's symbols on the door, you said.
There's just a door. It's just
Oh,
a
okay. Sorry.
door. So you open the door.
It seems to be all right. I open the door.
Okay.
Kill the fly.
You swing the door open to see 3 disheveled beds, a table, stools, and some unlit braziers. A chest sitting on the floor in front of each of the bed, with another door on the end of the northern wall, as well as one just off to the side of it on the same wall. The smell of unwashed bed sheets and decaying flesh permeate the air, and you swear you can almost hear the sound of murmuring chants echoing around the room, mixing with the distant song that still follows you everywhere you go. The air feels musty against your skin, and every intake of air blasts your tongue with the taste of raw flesh.
Hot.
There are 2 doors, basically, as well as the chests and the beds.
Well, I'm still back at the.
Yeah, you're back at
so
that
I'm
door.
gonna try and
now it is
hit the
banging
door.
against that.
So what's this door made of?
A stone.
Okay, well I'm gonna try and hold it.
So you can make an athletics check.
Nobody's hurt yet, right?
What are
If
you
I
doing?
can, I'm going to run back to Roel and help him out. Yeah.
Sounds good. You can manage. I have a negative D4, so
So I rolled a 4 and a 1. So we'll take the 4 because of advantage. And with the athletics, it's actually 10.
well, ordinarily I would say that's not great, but because I get a Bane negative D4, that'll do it.
All right.
It is a heck of a wallop
I
against
feel
that
like
door.
I feel like in what was that Lord of the Rings, the second one, where when they hit the door and they all go flying back and they go back into
no
the
matter
door
what
again.
comes through that door, you will stand your ground.
Yeah, so him and I are like back into the door.
Yeah,
we go.
basically that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yes. So Tito and Goff,
Yes.
you're in this what it looks to be living quarters at one point, although it is old and musty.
Yep, right to the chest investigation.
Okay.
Check all the chests.
Sounds good. Go for it.
Off to the flame.
10.
10.
10.
It takes you a while. I need you both to make another athletics check,
Oh no!
but you do find something.
Ooh, I got a natural 20
I got 18 this time.
plus my 5.
All right. So this time, when it shoves against the door, you're ready for it. You're
Let me stand in front.
Yeah,
He
he
takes the lead. No, he's got his arms around me, and then he's just like, wait a second. So he goes and we switch positions, and that seems to
That
stabilize
time,
it.
it stabilizes it way better. As Goff just starts chucking everything out of these chests, after confirming there's no traps.
Yes, thank
Starts checking everything out of these chests, just searching and searching. Now, the chests are filled with old, moth-eaten clerical vestments and dark ritual items, but at the bottom of one of them, you find a set of pipes that seem to be made out of bone, inscribed with the same sigil that you saw on the floor in the earlier room.
I picked them up and I showed.
It feels cold to the touch, and you get a sense of distaste, but otherwise, it's a nice set of pipes.
Pipes. Like pan fight pipes?
Not pan pipes, like sort of like musical pipes.
Okay.
Bagpipes, no.
Made of bone, you said?
Made out of bone. Probably not animal bone.
Okay.
There are also the 2 doors in this room. Is there something
Yeah.
you would like to do with it?
Not the door straight ahead, but the other one
Sure.
on the side.
So you open that door to a room that is much nicer than the previous quarters. There is a single bed, much less decrepit than the others, though aside from the bed, not much else furnishes an empty room. There's a desk and chair against the north wall, but that's about it. An elderly man sits in the chair, though he doesn't move, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end as a soft rush of air like someone's breath caresses them. Or your scales, I guess. Now,
Yes.
Goff, as you pick this up and turn to show it to Tiratito, you see that all 3 of the beds now are, the covers have elongated as if there were figures laying under them.
I hate it.
Cast Identify on the object.
It is Pipes of Haunting.
Oh.
So
What does that do?
What those do is they have 3 charges. You can use an action to play them, expending 1 charge to create an eerie spellbinding tune. Each creature within 30 feet of you that hears you play must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute. You can also choose creatures non-hostile to you to automatically succeed, so you don't have to make them like hold their ears or anything. Yeah, if it succeeds though, it is immune for 24 hours.
It's all creatures or just friendlies or enemies? I mean.
All creatures. Well, he can.
You can auto
designate.
Oh, cool.
He can designate those he does not want to have to suffer.
Okay.
Very cool.
I will. Is that in? Is that
Are
that's
you
an
proficient?
official?
I assume you're proficient with wind instruments as a bard. I'm sure it's come across in your. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna say you guys definitely
Fine, you
gave
are,
that
yes.
to Bard. Pipes of Haunting.
Yes, Pipes of Haunting.
That's
All right.
great. Okay, so
So what do you
so
do?
we're still holding the
Tiratito?
door back.
I'm
yeah,
going to
these.
take out my poking stick.
Okay.
Still can't say the word. Don't make me say it. The
Oh,
Yikwala.
Yikwatl?
That one.
Or Yikelwa? That's it. Yikelwa.
Equalwat. And I guess I'll just kind of creep up to the body person and just
The guy?
poke at it. Yeah.
You poke at him. His head turns around to look at you, revealing an eyeless face crying tears of blood. His mouth opens into a faint scream, and his flesh peels away until nothing but a crumbling skeleton remains.
I leave the room.
He is sitting at a desk.
Yeah, I check the desk. Well,
Inside the desk
Watching
is
him.
a crystalline blood skull.
oh joy, another one.
And 13 gold pieces, 25 silver, and a ceremonial dagger.
And I also take those. And don't tell anyone about them.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Two of
Is
you
this
at
because,
the
it's because
door
she's been cut out of our
Get
triangle?
another
It is,
loud bang against that door. So I'll need another athletics check with advantage from, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we'll let
Val
you
at
do
this
it.
time.
8 on the first, 1 on the second. So we'll take that 8 plus 5, 13.
Hopefully the Bane will help.
13. So the Bane brings him down only to an 18.
Oh, only 2.
Yeah. So he slams that door, bursting it open this time, as Skull
happens to
begins
us?
to come after you, which you're right there in the doorway. So
We
he will
both
make-
are.
Well, he's right in front of you, though.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have the attack go against Lau. So it is going to roll a 18 to hit.
And I have 18 for my AC, so
All
that is
right.
a hit.
You are hit for 14 slashing damage.
All right.
And your armor suffers a -1 to armor class as it is sundered.
goodness.
I just see this hit, like, knock him
This-
back.
Yeah, this onyx black sword just cuts through his armor like it's not even there.
You do want that sword.
I do. I need new armor too, apparently.
Just step into this one.
And where you would expect to have blood pouring out of this open wound, instead it just kind of grazes your rib cage.
I'm gonna play the pipes
Okay.
to try and frighten this creature,
I will have it make a wisdom save.
and I play.
I was going to say, is there a specific song that you perform on it?
Yeah, it's a Dream Warrior.
Yeah.
1, 2.
So as it just finishes cutting, it brings around for a second swipe, yelling skulls, and then you hear this haunting melody, a different one from the song that's been permeating the chamber before, as it stops kind of in the middle of its swing and hesitates for a moment, but only a moment,
That was interesting.
before it's going to again renew. You start to see it already recovering and beginning to.
You're countering its charm or whatever.
I have an idea. If we lure it all the way to the end of this corridor, play the pipes again, and then rush past, it'll give us enough time to get into the main room.
A good idea.
Let's disengage, let it come to us, play the pipes, rush past it. If anyone has any ropes, maybe tie it off the legs.
Yeah, we'll disengage. And
Okay.
we'll run into the room with these guys.
Okay, so you see Tirotito coming out of the room, looking quite horrified, holding a couple of things.
And you did say there was another door in here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Once we get into the room and we see that other door,
Mhm.
I'll turn around and do you want to hold off that hallway or do you want to?
I'll take the hallway. I assume that my lay on hands can heal myself, or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I will then lay on hands.
You could also
I can do the equinox.
you can do that. You could also cast inflict wounds on yourself and then use your reaction to have that heal you,
Oh, fantastic. I'll do that.
if you'd prefer to do
Yeah,
that.
I'll do.
Yeah,
I'll,
all right.
I'll cast inflict wounds, and I think I can do that once per
day.
Once per day. I shall cast inflict wounds on myself.
There's a sentence you don't say very often.
Yeah, things you'd never thought you would say on D&D.
Remind me for the.
It's 3D 10, 3D8. Yeah, 3D8.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, it's
Sweet.
a heck of a thing.
And if you want, we have a bunch of D8s that were donated by by people watching, so
Oh,
you could take
fun.
any of these to augment it. You can add D8s.
Oh,
to
cool.
it.
I'm gonna.
So roll first because you can see if you need them, and then.
Oh, fantastic.
Fart.
People have been giving stuff to us. Wow. Okay.
3, 4, 5.
They're still
That's
using them.
6. I'll throw another one. 6,
And so we'll use one over there.
7,
One more.
8, 9, 10, 11. Fantastic.
All right,
All
so that's
so
two.
we used
used
2.
D8s.
So we had 7. You said, Adrian. Okay, so we're down to 5d8. In the
Those
pool.
watching on RealmSmith, head over to Six Sides of Gaming and do the same, folks. Realmers represent.
We
Give
need
them
it.
to
We need it.
me.
Yeah, no, don't give them to the DM.
No.
Do not give them to the DM.
He's mean.
Give it to this DM.
I imagine I'm a burly hobgoblin. Like
I'd
I've
imagine
got, I've
you're
got
probably
some
like quite
size.
lean, yeah.
Yeah. So, although it was my really low strength, but I just don't work out. But I'm like footballing squirrely. Like I imagine.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
one-handed.
He weighs like
Playing the
like
pipes.
maybe 50 pounds. Like
Yeah, like right here. I'm like, shh, it's okay. And Squirrely's like facing me like a baby, and I've got my hand on his skull, and I'm like, skulls, it's okay, skulls.
just snot all in his fur.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just crying.
okay. Your skull will do fine. I mean,
I hate
yeah.
this place.
It's all part of it.
Could you
'Kay.
could you make me feel better with your beautiful singing?
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
As he's running.
Good night, sweetheart. Well.
So you wanted to open that other door, I think.
Yeah, I'll go to the door and.
So you open the door. It opens up to another hallway, which extends down for quite a while, about just at the edge of your. Do you still have a torch out?
I think I gave the torch to him, so I can't see anything.
You can't see anything in this room. Long
Ah.
hallway.
The darkness continues. I can't see anything down here.
You take your stance down, and that you maybe throw the torch behind
Yeah,
you.
I'll toss the torch to you. Careful.
You catch it, and you stand down there and like.
And can I?
Brace yourself
I'll
for
use
this.
my lay on hands for my remaining 7 hit
Sure.
points. Just top myself off again, and I'll ready an action for dodge.
Okay. So he'll come up and swing and miss.
Oh, man.
That better not have been Wilmer. Okay.
Thank you. I will make a note of that.
Come on,
All right.
RealmSmith, represent.
So he swings and you move to the side as this black sword carves the air next to you. And as it does that, you get this weird thought in your head. You're like, boy, if that thing kills me, it also takes away my consciousness, and I will not join my ancestors.
No.
It's just this thought that runs through your mind as you watch it cut through the air, like almost as if it is actually cutting through the air.
I really want that sword.
Yeah. I'm just building it up, right? You're just like everything about the sword is amazing.
So I guess with the torch, then what I'll do is I'll just we know we have to do this. I don't even know you found another skull. So
Yeah.
I say we need to find the other skulls, and I'll run down the hallway with the torch, just like.
So about 20 feet in, it continues on, and you can see it caved in, but it veers right.
Look around quickly, do a quick perception of the investigation of the cave.
Another long hallway that extends out, and you can just the edge of your torchlight, you can see another door.
It is like this backdrop. It is never ending. And I'll just keep running. I guess that's the end of my turn.
Yep.
It's enough
Okay.
moving for me.
So you continue on down there. Goff, are you hanging out here? You want to go after?
No, I'm going to follow.
You go after Roel.
Yep.
I'll yell out that I've found the second skull. We just need to find 2 more and continue on. Also, I'd like to point out every time we go into a new room, I'm always scanning for new books, just out of pure habit.
Okay. Just books.
Books.
Ah, yes. Got it.
Yes.
Understand. Okay. So you all continue on. Now, Lau, you have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You want to lead this thing. You want to try and get it to stun it again,
Correct.
and then make your way past it to go the other direction.
Yeah, I'll try to lead it towards the door that we've already gone with that skeleton visage
I
face.
understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once the pipes are played again, dip through it to then
Okay. So Goff, I assume then you're going to play one more time as you make your way up to follow after Roel to assist Lau in his plan.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Anytime.
It, again, kind of seizes up. There's a sword just about right here at your forehead, and you just sidle out and.
Does
go
it
the
seem
opposite
like I
direction.
could like wedge a dagger in there and pry its fingers open and disarm it?
You don't think?
Okay, all right. the thought and desire goes through my
no,
my
you
better
don't think that'll-
will.
Seems to
says-
have his gauntlet seems to be almost welded to. the
all right,
hilt.
fair enough.
Not exactly, but it's like kind of a locked position. So you're going to go the opposite direction of the party and lead it away from
Yep.
your companions back into the main room.
Yep.
Understand. So you guys emerge out into what appears to be a long hallway with statues of cloaked figures with scythes, and as you
Seen this
enter into
before.
this, and as you enter this long hallway, you emerge on kind of the side.
Are we on the other side of that?
No, you've come out in from the side of it.
Oh, like a secret pass, or
Yes,
oh,
and
You're back in the main area.
sort of.
almost.
Just
And
past.
it-
Yeah.
So it's a
you
loop.
almost feel like a presence dominating and pushing down on you in this particular hall. Towards the left, the hall continues on to another door, and this is actually an immaculate door. It's very nice. It has the same symbol of the lunar eclipse on it. And across from you you can make out another, what looks to be the same similar type of door that you've just come through. And you can hear the sounds of
Who's with me? You're with me?
Yes.
down to the right, where you can hear the sound of the clanking armor of your compatriot.
Through the door, I guess.
Ladies first.
I suppose. Go up and check out the door before trying to open it.
It's a door.
It's a door. I open the door.
You open the door, about a 20-foot long hallway with another door.
Hallways and doors. Always
I'll
hallways and
yell
doors.
back down to these guys. It appears to be a loop. We could make it chase us.
Remember, I think one of the doors has been, or one of the hallways has been collapsed.
Yeah, that was the one to the east, yes.
Maybe it collapses hallways.
So we're back in the main room.
No,
then?
you're in the hall that was beyond the double doors. But
Is there
you're opening a door into another hallway.
Should we throw the
I
skull
think
that you
so.
found?
Yeah, I'll
Do you
go
want to do
back.
it?
Yeah.
Well, remember, it speeds up after the skulls and the fire.
Maybe I won't do that.
Maybe
then.
all at once.
Yeah.
Okay, well, while you were going up and down the hallway like a yo-yo there, I'll go to the second door in that one room. And
Okay. You open
it.
the door at the end of that hallway there. Is an extremely simple square room, plain and empty. And towards the east side, there is another door.
Doors, too many doors.
We're going to investigate the room
Yeah.
for secret passages. Or
Upon entering the room, your ears are assaulted with tons of whispers and shouts, all echoing around you. The din is deafening and threatens to drown out even your own thoughts. Your vision grows dark, and all you can perceive are ghostly faces all around you, shouting, screaming, and whispering. You are effectively blind and deaf.
No.
You just
Is
see
this a
him
spell
enter the
ability
room.
I can-
You just see him enter the room, and he's like,
Goff. Now I'll grab him by the face and be like,
you
Goff.
feel some. They reach out and they grasp their ghostly hands around your head.
okay. And can you? And he comes into the room and doesn't feel
Did you
it.
come into the room?
Yes.
Same thing happens to you.
Ah.
Get back out of the room.
Yeah.
So give me a survival check to see if you can actually figure that out, because you're very turned around.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. It's going to only be a 6. Can I use one of my d8s? We have d8s, don't we?
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
want-
8.
there you go.
So that's still only what's 8 plus 6? 14.
14.
14? That'll be enough.
'Kay.
So you back your way, you bump into something metallic, but before you can figure out what it is, you realize you're back in that hallway, and you just see Roel stumbling around.
I don't know what's going on.
I yell out to see. I say, "Follow my voice."
Do I-
Well, you can't even hear them. They're just screaming and whispering at
How
you.
could I
he's
not
deaf.
hear this
Lasso him.
beautiful
Throw
voice?
a
though?
rope at him.
Can I reach into the heartstrings of my love for him? No.
So, Lau, are you basically like kiting this thing?
My hope is to just kind of go around. If it moves slower
around
than
in a
me,
circle.
exactly, just lead it around. Yeah, and if I can, I'm going to try and have it trip over stuff. I don't know if it's maybe just stepping over, but
It mostly just juggernauts its way through.
all right.
everything.
How if possible, if my movement speed will allow it, I'll walk farther, pick up stuff, and just throw it at it.
So if you
just
take the
to-
dash action, you can easily out.
Okay, but dash
It's
then
moving
means
quicker than it was before, but that's
Okay.
still nowhere near the
Okay.
speed of you dashing.
dashing, but then I don't have any other actions.
You don't have actions, but I'll let you interact with objects.
Okay,
like,
cool.
Throw them and do.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
You
I'll
just won't
throw-
be
I'll-
able to make any like proper throwing attacks.
Sure, I'll just throw stuff at it.
Okay.
Just because.
Not
that's-
Keep it on
over.
you, you mean? You want
Yeah,
keep it
yeah. So
okay.
it's focused. It's
Sounds
focused
good.
on me.
Skulls! It sounds annoyed.
Yeah. Perfect.
So where are you?
I am
That
outside.
train is really.
Yeah, yes, it is. I'm outside of the room that you guys are in.
So
I'm
you
good-
can see Goff there,
Yeah.
and you see Roel in this small, it's like a 15 by 15 room, and he's
Mm-hmm.
very disoriented.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm carrying the skull in my hand. I'm going to step into the room.
You begin to see the same thing.
Okay, so the skull won't prevent.
Voices, faces, specters, ghosts swirl around you, all of them screaming in horrible agony.
Is it? What the hell is it?
Can I? Is he close enough to the door that I can like plant my left foot,
I'm going
go
to say
as far as I
probably, yeah.
can, and grab him and bring
Probably.
him back so that I
Yeah.
know which way to go
You
back?
grab his
Okay.
sash and pull.
Yeah.
They're pulling on you. They're wrapping their arms
No!
around you, and then you're
No, let me be.
You just see
Give Goff a
Teratito
big
in
hug.
in the room, like doing the freaking out.
Is this a commonplace thing? What happens in there? It's just a 15-foot room, and she's just like
Yep,
losing
and you
her mind?
continue to hear.
Do I see anything else in the room?
Just a door on the other side, on the eastern side.
Would I have the
southern
wherewithal
side.
to be able to cast a spell?
Yeah,
Can I try Sacred Flame? Like
Yeah.
just in the room itself?
you try Sacred Flame in the room somewhere. Give me a luck roll.
Oh yeah. So what's the luck roll?
So a luck roll is something that we do on our channel, is where you roll a d20, and the goal is to have the second roll be higher than the first roll. If that happens, you're considered lucky. Things go your way. If it doesn't happen, you're considered unlucky. Things tend not to go your way.
All right, yellow is higher. Hopefully.
19
It
and
is.
13.
It
There you
is?
go.
Yep.
Okay, you do not incinerate your companions, and
Oh, well,
you just start
shit.
seeing Tiratito start spouting fire off in this room.
Well,
Getting
we're outside of the
dangerously
room.
close to you.
well, it was a try.
It's all turned around.
I've got an idea. We want to get through that door. I back up in the hallway. And I'll run. How far is the door? It's 15 feet.
About 10 feet on a diagonal.
A diagonal. I'm going to try and run and just try and dodge Teratito and barrel into the door.
Give me a survival check.
This
Survival
can't
check?
Possibly fail.
Well, I get +6 to this. That's so bad. 6 plus 6 is 12.
12.
12 is the best I got.
Do you have any extra d8s?
Oh. 13.
That's enough.
Thank you, audience. You've made it happen.
13 will do it.
13 will do.
So you feel yourself connect with what it feels like a door. You reach out, open it, and you step out into a short little space with some stairs going up. And
Am I still getting the pulled
Nope.
feelings? So I look back and I can see her still doing
Tirtito's
it.
still throwing fire everywhere.
And I see. I'll
See
just
him,
I'll
you can
absorb
see-
the
Yeah, you can
the
see
cantrips.
him in the other area on the other side.
I'll yell over. Can you hear me, my friend?
Can I?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he's currently on the opposite.
He's
Yeah.
opened the
You
door.
see this?
He's like leaning, just like barely leaning out the doorway.
Okay. I'm gonna toss him a rope.
Okay.
Okay, I take it.
Tirtito, please make.
We'll do a skipping rope.
An
Tirtito's
acrobatics check.
In the middle of the.
Two
Yeah,
friends
this-
come
this
for
little-
you.
Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab Squirrely, and I'm gonna launch him.
He's got
Oh, he's a
flaps,
squirrely,
right?
though.
Yeah, he does.
He's a squirrely. He can glide.
Yeah.
Instinct just
Yeah.
begins to glide
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And he's just witnessing all of these specters assaulting. Willy Wonka's his way, and then he gets the other side.
I'll catch him. Put him down the stairs.
We're gonna have,
Special effects are amazing.
I think we're gonna have to pay for this guy's therapy. What am I rolling?
Acrobatics.
Oh, this is good stuff. 6.
You trip over the rope and face plant.
Well, at least it stops me from
You
casting.
take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my God.
joy.
That's a heck
Now
of a
run
space
over her
plant.
with the rope and we'll just yank her.
Yeah, I'm
around.
gonna try and run and hold on to the rope.
I'd say that's fine. You can
Okay, so we get everyone to the stairs. All right, how's he doing?
Great.
Wow. So yeah, so you at this point you've
So
run out
good.
of things to get in its way.
Best
So
last
you're kind of
word.
just leading it around in a circle, and it's at that point that it kind of stops and watches you. And you kind of stare at each other for a minute, and it just starts going in a straight line towards you. The only way you'd be able to block it at this point is to throw a brazier in front of it.
I wouldn't do that. The braziers that we have to put the skulls in?
How many braziers? There's several.
You've put one in one of them so far.
Can I roll like an insight or an arcana
Yes,
check
you
to
can.
see if that's a good or a bad idea?
Oh my God.
I got a 16 plus.
You think there's some kind of ritual going on here, and you probably need it to be in those specific locations for the ritual to continue.
Can I, if it's on the other side of the room, find out what happens if it crosses into that center area and see if it is afflicted by
It
damage?
was originally avoiding it, but it seems like it's realized it can't hit you that way.
Right.
So it is doing so. So you get the opinion it probably is not going to enjoy it, but it is going to do it nonetheless.
Okay. I think I'll just
That's interesting.
It seemed to have been avoiding it.
yeah. So I'll
But as it walks through, it doesn't seem to be affecting it all that much, but it does seem like it almost has a bit of a more cautious gait to it as its movement. It's not quite as menacingly
have to get
trudging after you. But it doesn't seem to really affect it. But it was avoiding stepping in that location.
can I try and speak to it in Thalanese?
Certainly can.
Excellent.
Who are you? Are you here to protect this area? Or are you of our noble lineage?
So it stops dead center in the middle of the symbol as you call out to it, and it turns its head. There's a bit of you can hear the sound of the plates grinding as it seems to kind of turn its head slightly, and you see the eyes dim almost to like kind of a pinkish hue before flaring back up to red, and scrolls continues to come towards you.
All right. So with my Equinox form, that'll give me proficiency for charisma persuasion.
If you go into light form, yes.
Okay. I'll try just for the sake
Okay.
of it.
So you channel light into you and burst into your form. What does your light form look like?
So normally I assume that Lau's body is very necrotic and kind of, bony and grimacing. And so now light spurting out through his eyes, through every kink in his armor and kind of shining forth. And once again, calling out in Thalanese, saying,
Your noble goal is to protect this area. We're here to purge this land of evil. You're here to help us.
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
4 on the first one. And 11 plus.
Add your charisma and your proficiency.
All right.
And we have
So-
D8s.
If you need them.
And you also have D8s
Perfect.
to add onto that.
So persuasion is 5. So 5, 11, 16 plus my charisma, which is 3, so 16, 17, 18, 19. And I'll roll a D8.
Don't throw a
Sure,
D8.
why not?
All right,
Yeah.
D8 it
Alright.
is. Done.
19, 21, 22.
All right, that's a heck of a success. So he definitely stops this time, and he just kind of stands there, staring at you as sort of this stare down. And he's still...
Skulls! We are getting the skulls. Calm your ire. Skulls!
skulls.
We are getting your skulls. Calm your ire. Take a knee, brave knight. Take a knee.
There's a creaking groan as he kneels down. And he seems like he's literally fighting not muscle or bone, he doesn't have any, but he's fighting everything about him that is resisting. He's actively pushing against whatever it is that compels him to continue his assault.
Hurry with those skulls.
So you all have followed the stairs up
Yep.
and to the turn.
Nice.
To the one way is a caved-in passageway. The other way looks to be a storage room. Barrels, crates, and cobwebs line the walls, and the smell of rotten food and moldy wood permeate the area. A muffled skittering sound can be heard over the drifting song, and up ahead beyond this is another hallway that extends out to a door.
She said there was another collapsed area.
Yes,
Okay, I'll go.
that's to the south, which, judging from geography, would line up with that other collapsed
Right.
tunnel that you saw.
Okay. The closet. To the closet.
Okay, so you just ignore all the crates and barrels and just continue on.
I mean, we can split up. There's no
No,
three
no,
of
I'm
us.
like,
Yeah.
you say closet, I do this.
Oh, you do
and
the-
as soon as he turns to go closet, I start searching the crates and the barrels.
Okay,
yeah.
go for it.
'Cause you want the goodies. I see how it is.
Natural 20.
All right. As you begin to look through the crates and barrels, hordes of spiders just begin to
Ooh.
surge out, like a black mass of them,
Oh dear.
and they begin to bite.
Oh
Because
dear.
you rolled a natural 20, I will say that you automatically succeed the con save for being poisoned.
Thank you.
So instead, you only take 4 points of damage.
Oh dear. Okay.
And you also are sure that there is no skull because all you find are rotten food and old grains and storage
that's
stuff.
unfortunate.
What happens in the closet? What are you doing? By the
So
way?
you
Oh, I'm going to continue
you're
down.
going with the door to him, right?
No, well, are you going to the...
I'm going to the closet.
He's going to the door, which is where you would continue on.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
I'll go to the door and I'll crack it open, and Teresa
Alright.
wants to go ahead. She can.
The room features 2 disheveled beds, a table, stools, an unlit brazier, and a door on the eastern walls.
Another brazier?
Several. There was one in the other room before.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's there different kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like a normal
Okay.
thing to light the room with. Several brooms and mops line the walls, along with rags and buckets in the corners. The smell of mildew and decaying flesh permeate the air, and you swear you can almost hear the sound of painful moans echoing around the room, mixing with that distant song that is perpetually everywhere. The air feels damp against your skin, and every intake of air tastes like wet fur. Looks like a
Great.
servant's quarters.
I'll do an investigation of the beds,
Okay.
and you can do
Yeah.
whatever
furniture.
you'd like to do. My investigation is not proficient, so it is based on intelligence. So it'll be a straight 15.
So with a 15, you check out the beds, you look on them, you look around them, you don't see anything, you look under.
Oh.
Under one of them, you see nothing. Under the other one, you see what looks to be black mold and a lump about the size of a cantaloupe, the shape of a skull
Oh,
in that mold.
I'll take the sword, reach in,
Make a dex check.
dex check. No, this doesn't seem good at all.
Oh, nice.
Natural 20.
Well, all right.
Which would make my dex
You
say
do
22.
not disturb the horribly deadly mold, and you are able to push the skull out the other way.
Very nice.
Walk around the bed and
So I'll
grab
pick it up, look at it, and be like, skull.
Meanwhile, Tito, you were searching the furniture.
Yes.
On the table, you find decrepit playing cards, battered dishes, and sheet music
Sheet music.
Well,
that seem
have
to
you-
have stood the test of time.
well, remembering Shem Shine's bedtime rhyme, I take the damn sheet music.
Oh, Candlekeep Mysteries.
And that is the extent of what you see in this room.
All right.
I'll run back out and take this and toss it over to Goff. Oh, wait, is he in the middle of
He's-
spider fighting?
No, I'm assuming. Wait, I don't know, you're staying to squash them all, or are you
No.
moving on?
No, I'm just moving on.
It's an absurd amount of spiders.
Yeah, I don't like them. Is there a way out of this room?
The room they're in?
Yeah.
Yeah, back the way you came.
Okay, so there's no other doors in that room.
Well, there is a door, but if you open it, it's caved in.
Yeah, we already looked at it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll toss this over to you.
Why are you
because
tossing?
it's the skull.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a magic item and I don't use that stuff.
Sure.
So and throw it
Yep.
over to
Yeah,
you.
it really does not feel good.
Now we have two.
It makes you
Are there any
uncomfortable
more
as
of these things around here? We have two and there's also one more in the brazier. Where could the last one be?
As Lau, you stand there and you look. This armor, it's shaking, it's rattling. The plate is creaking and groaning against itself. You figured this guy is eventually going to have
Not
to give
long,
in.
yeah.
Do you want to stay here with him, or are you going to turn to see the door at the end of the long hallway?
Is there an unexplored door?
There is.
Oh, I will 100%
All
go
right.
there.
So you dash down that hallway, passing by the pressure that presses down on you through this room, ignoring the weird sloshing sounds coming from the statues as you make your way past them to get to the door. Opening it up, it is a large room with an altar. At the north end is a grand statue of a figure, not human. It appears very alien. It has horns, reptilian-like eyes, spikes protruding around its body, a tentacled beard of like barbs, wielding a massive ranseur, like a big halberd type thing. Covered from head to toe in spiked heavy armor, with its two fierce stone eyes staring down at the room from beneath a horned helmet shaped in the form of almost like a gargoyle's head, kind of coming over top of it. It would have been an imposing figure in person, even though the statue gives off this aura of unnerving dominance, but it is just a statue. The wall behind the statue is filled with imagery of war. Countless numbers of soldiers, dragonborn, these weird lizard-like folk, dwarves, elves, giants, the Noranians, the green-skinned people, and an army of hobgoblins, all dying in horrific ways to a legion of winged beasts with red skin, horns, descending down from the sky. The eastern half, however, shows what appeared to be the symbol that was back in the main room.
This moon symbol.
The eclipse.
Yes, the eclipse with the stars around it. That appears to again be on the eastern side of this mural.
I would like to investigate near this eclipse symbol.
Sounds good. Make an investigation check. You start to hear the sound of the armor creaking and groaning and a footstep.
7.
I mean, it looks the same as the one you saw before.
It's a room. There's a wall.
Fantastic.
This looks like some kind of dark church or something along those lines. The mural is quite distasteful. It's not a nice thing to look at. If you want, you can give me a history check.
Fantastic. Got a 5. We're rolling low.
I think you maybe skipped that class.
Yeah.
You're too busy focusing on your stances, not
That's
enough
it.
on your studies.
Is there anything else that potentially I'll look at the mural and see if there's anything of note or importance that I can read
Yes,
from
you
that?
can make I'll let you choose between perception or investigation on the mural.
I think probably perception would be good for me. That's a 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. Something you do notice is that this creature in stone that you see appears to be leading the charge. There's like a depiction of him in the mural leading the charge of these beings in the sky down against all the races at the bottom. And in his hand, he's holding what looks to be a set of bone pipes.
Okay,
On
fantastic.
the other hand, the rancier, the blade that he has before. But the statue is missing that.
And it is potentially the same set of pipes from earlier.
It looks exactly the same.
All right, I'm going to turn on my heel and run off to Goff to go and inform him of the situation
Okay.
of the bone pipes.
So you all come back the way you came.
We're going to try and do some sort of mutual rope / charge through the room, whatever it took
Tie
to
your
get
yourselves
yeah.
out and just kind of...
Some sort of way to bypass it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's reasonable. So using rope and ingenuity, you make it through that room. And as you come out into the main hallway, Lau comes down from the north.
Pipes, pipes, we need the pipes. Hurry before the statue comes back.
Roll starts like flexing. I've got the pipes.
Start to hear...
We found two. We found 2 skulls.
Maybe throw them into the brazier to appease it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll shout
got
out
one?
in Thalanese again.
Here
Here
are
Oh, yeah,
2 more
right, I do have
skulls.
one. I was
We
like,
know
yeah.
where the third is.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a ways from the braziers, aren't we, though?
You're in
The
the
main
hallway
room?
to the north. You'd have to make
Yeah.
your way down the hall to get
Yeah.
to the room.
Where is this thing?
In the room with the braziers.
the main room.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've
He
got
was
an
left
idea.
in the middle of the symbol. He's now moving.
I'll lead it off. I'll run into the room, slide past it, a couple of solid clinks on it just to sort of get its
Yeah, just
attention,
ching, ching. Yep.
and then like spin around and be like, "Come get some." Back up with my swords, like, "Oh shit! Go get them into the braziers now!" And then I'll back into that one hallway that we were doing the whole
Sounds good.
defense against the door, and I'll just
Who's going in with the skulls?
Well, I have one of them. So.
I have one too.
Throw that over to Tito, or are you going to walk up and dunk it?
I'm not going to.
Well, I'm not going to step on the.
I
symbols.
understand. Yeah, you're gonna,
From a
like,
distance.
you're like lob it,
Yeah.
like overhand.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm going to basketball.
Little
Yeah,
Jordan,
I'm-
Jordan fadeaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do what he was doing with the whole leading it on from a distance. I'll actually take the dodge action and keep pace
Okay.
with it to keep it on me so they can
How
continue.
long
with
does
their-
Bane last for?
It's only a minute.
Oh, that's
so-
worn off.
Oh, damn.
Well, I would have felt that. So if I see it again, I'll cast it as I'm
Are you
running
doing
past.
that, or are you instead going with putting the skull in the brazier
Toss me the skull.
Yeah, toss the
I'm gonna
skull,
give
cast
and then
Bane.
cast Bane? Okay.
Cast
You can
Bane.
actually make it lose its turn if
Yeah.
you want.
Yep. Or you
We're
could
not in
give, or
initiative
you-
though yet, are we?
So what I'll say is I'll allow you to roll, and then I'll set like a threshold.
Okay.
If you roll higher than that on your die, then
Yeah.
it'll whatever you're trying to accomplish in initiative order will succeed.
Okay, not yet, but I'll give you Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Okay.
And
You get
whichever
D6.
of the three that you know that exists that you think you could use.
Okay, perfect.
Well, not the magic one, because you don't have spells.
Yeah, not the magic
No,
one.
won't be using that
So
one.
the initiative one.
Okay. I'll use the initiative one, yeah.
Yeah.
So you hand the skull to Lau?
Yeah, I toss it over. to
Okay.
Val.
You have the skull.
Fantastic. I will take the skull, and I assume that there is potentially a correct order in which these skulls need to go into the braziers.
Possibly. There's 4 braziers, and as far as you're aware, probably
Four
4 skulls. You found
skulls.
at least 3 so far.
I will take one of them and move closer, and if it seems to react to one of the braziers, I will then put it
It
into
does.
that one.
Put it
Excellent.
in that one. It screams. The music gets even louder. It is pulsing through the air. And you start to, this sword is coming down, and as that scream happens, it stops for a split second. And then comes down faster.
Oh,
You
God.
just managed to dodge it.
Ching.
Thanks to Bane and the dodge action.
Yeah.
Pretty good mitigation.
Yeah.
Do love me
There's a
some Bane.
crack in your sword.
No. Yeah, merde, hurry up. Oh, we got notes. Notes from the mod. What's going on? A note for all of us? Holy
Holy
cow. 5 more D8s.
Thank
you, everyone.
I
So
still got mine.
Lots
generous.
of D8s.
All
Okay.
right, so you've thrown the skull in. You've done yours as well.
Yeah.
Same thing happens. Poor Roel is now dealing with a thrice hasted suit of armor.
Good luck, brother. I will sing songs of your adventures.
I'll try and do that
As it is
pose.
just
I'll try and do
pounding
that.
into him with this
I'm
sword.
going to try to do that pose he was doing. My legs are like falling. I'm like, this is completely uncomfortable. I don't know how you do this every night. Yeah, no.
What do the 3 of you want to do while poor Roel tries not to die?
Well, I haven't known that other room with the statue's been looked in, but I
No,
think
only Lau's aware.
I'll shout.
Although you did
the,
shout
the
about
pipes. Put the pipes in the statue's hand.
Did you want to inform them about your sheet music?
Oh, right. Yeah. The here.
He is a bard.
Bard.
Yeah,
My
I look
friend,
at the sheet music.
go.
What do I get from it?
Give me a I don't know, like a bard check.
Performance check?
Performance. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
one for me.
I really like that.
That's only a 3.
Would you like
But
to add
plus
your army
7.
of D8s?
So that's a 10.
Want to roll one, roll one at a
Plus-
time. See what happens.
And I would
Yeah.
have had to run over to you to give you the music so you can have guidance.
yeah,
as
do
well.
the guidance first.
7. What's guidance again?
D4.
D4?
D4.
See where you at
Okay,
right
so
now?
7 plus 4.
11.
No, sorry. I had 10. Plus 4 is 14. Plus another 6 is
Cool.
20.
All right, we'll take that.
So you look at the
Thank
sheet
you,
music
audience.
really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And your musical brain from college kicks in immediately.
Yeah.
Anybody's ever studied music, you know what I'm talking about. You're sight reading it.
Yeah.
And as you're sight reading it, you recognize that it matches perfectly the song you've been listening through this dungeon. the
Oh,
entire
yeah,
time.
sure it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a very unpleasant song. It talks about death and how the end will come to all.
Yeah. Sounds perfect with my
the-
Chuck,
hobgoblin.
that's a great
heritage.
song.
To me,
we love
fairly
this
soon
song.
if we don't get that
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
The true rulers of the land will return and all that kind of thing.
Okay. And do I get a sense then from what Lau said that the
He said the
She-
pipes are needed up in the other room.
okay, I'm gonna run with the pipes and the sheet music up to the other room,
Okay.
and I'm going to hum the song, the melody from it.
You gonna hum it, or are you gonna play it on the pipes that you have?
I'm gonna hum it first
Okay.
until I get
Start-
to the room.
You start getting it. The music kind of corrects itself to match alongside you playing it, humming it.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, Roel.
I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration that he gave me to warp. He can warp the time to
Yep.
make it lose its turn, to give me another turn.
Okay, so
So how do you want me to pull this off?
roll the die.
2.
Yep.
It works.
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled
So
low.
so what happens? 'Cause
So
he's technically doing the power.
mechanically, what would happen is his turn in the initiative gets bumped ahead of you, meaning that it's already your turn.
Yeah.
He doesn't get his turn, but he'll go. He's going to make an.
On the
he
next
would go
cycle,
on the
yeah.
next round. he'd
But he
go
loses
before
he
you.
loses an action.
He loses his
basically,
turn
yeah,
for
okay.
this.
So and Roel's gonna like hold his blades up and slightly whisper, "Not all magic is bad." As to take that extra time to wipe the
So
sweat
you-
from my brow.
You make your way up, humming the
Yep.
music. It begins to match
So
you.
I'm going
What
I'm
is
going
Lau
Rambo.
and Tirtito doing?
I'm going Rambo. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun,
The armor
dun,
misses a turn, so you take that time to.
To Rambo up.
Bum, 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 bum. We're going to the end, folks. We're going to the end.
Is there any doors or anything that I can tell that we've never been through, or
Nope, just
Nope.
that room.
just that room? All right, then I'm running in that room and I'm panic searching at this
You're
point.
panic searching while Goff is doing his thing. And Lau.
I'm gonna go and assist. I'm gonna go and assist Roel. Yeah.
Okay,
With the armor.
sounds good.
I've got you,
You're
brother.
now flanking the armor.
Dun, dun.
So hey.
It's good.
So Goff,
Mm.
what are you doing here?
Okay, so what's in the room? If you can give
So
me
in the room is an
lay of the land?
altar, 2 braziers on either side of the altar.
'Kay.
And a large statue of what can only be described as a demon. And the back wall is a mural of what look to be, to make things a bit quicker, a bunch of demons and angels and those kinds of creatures descending from the heavens and slaughtering dwarves, elves, weird lizard-like people,
Right.
giants, Naranians.
Right. Okay.
And then there's the mural. Then there's the symbol on the eastern side.
Um,
And Lau can point out, or could have shouted as he
Yeah.
comes down, that in the mural you can see an exact copy of your pipes in the hands of the demon leading the charge down to the surface.
and the demon matches the statue.
Yes, the statue is not holding pipes, but you're also not sure there's really a way you could.
Okay, so it's not like, yeah, I don't feel that the pipes have to be given to the.
With the statue, no.
No.
Maybe play the music.
I'm guessing I'm gonna try.
Performance check.
Is this really good or really bad?
Oh.
Here, I'll just do this now. Wow.
What do you think? You want to just start throwing d8s?
RealmSmith.
Until it goes away?
RealmSmith.
Yes.
RealmSmith. We've got like
8.
6
It's a natural
D8s here.
1. It's 8.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You're really good at performance, regardless. so.
Okay.
There
9.
goes one die.
14.
Another die.
19.
Okay. Another die.
That'll be it. That'll be it.
Okay.
The audience
So,
purchased your success.
You perform the song, and it feels weird. You don't like playing this song.
No.
It's really been comfortable, but
No.
you do it. And as you do, the symbol, that stone section of the wall, begins to grind as it raises up steadily up into the ceiling. Behind it, you can see a hidden area where the overpowering scent of blood rushes forth
Oh,
from
dear.
the opening. You nearly gag on the intensity of the stench. A stone fountain sits in the middle of this new room, covered in dried blood. It seems at one time it flowed with it, but resting atop the fountain is a skull of crystallized blood.
That would be the last one, I think.
I think so.
It's your Tito. You can use your action to grab that.
Yoink! Back into the other room.
You start making your way back to the other room. It is now time for the armor to make an attack. It's going to come down on you and turn around.
So
to swipe
as
at
my
you.
fighting style, I have the fighting style of protection. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than me within 5 feet, I can use
Yes.
my reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
You can do that.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
It's not going to help me here.
Don't remind him. Don't remind him of his bonuses.
1d8 will not help a 2
Hey.
from disadvantage against the 18 he would have gotten.
Roel, I've got you.
So you intercept, bringing your sword up to deflect away at this one, and it takes a personal offense to that and comes down.
Now,
towards
for the
you.
swing that's going
Fair.
down on him, I would like to see if I can bust a little rule here.
Okay.
I know I've got no charges on my blade, but I would like to try and just. No, I don't have no charges. Sorry, I forgot that the charges are gone since the dream.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to do my best to try and distract it. I don't have the same fighting style. I have two
Okay.
weapon fighting style, but I can't do much. But I'll try to goad it to hit me a second
That's
time.
okay. I rolled a 4, so.
Okay.
You then, it comes down, you chamber the blades, and then both deflect offwards as it comes up.
In Thalanese, once again, I'll say, brave, brave armor, we're returning your skulls into the braziers. Just another moment.
And that's when
Patience, young
Tirtito comes
Padawan.
down.
And bloop.
Flames shoot up, bathing the area in a
that the
crimson
fourth one?
black glow. Yes,
Yes.
it was. There is a loud scream again that echoes throughout, and the music stops. The armor shudders for about a moment before it begins to pull back to the center of that area, and you see the armor begins to collapse in upon itself as its arm retracts in. The sword hits the ground right into your waiting hand.
I'm so ready.
Doesn't actually
Right into your waiting hand.
Dude,
as-
do you change forms when it hits?
I hope so. Into my dark form.
Yeah. And the armor continues to collapse inward as it kind of pulls in on itself and then bursts out as this specter of a sort of a weird humanoid undead creature emerges outwards, just deep red and with a little tinge of purple and black in there as it screams out and enables combat. Now you, as this blade hits your sword, as the sword hits your hand, it's like a shot of adrenaline running up your arm all the way up to your brain. It's just, you feel like you just completed a 20-hour workout and you're not tired. Like, you are incredibly strong. Here's a couple things you can do. For one, this is a +5 bastard sword. Number 2, your max HP has now doubled.
Busted.
Whoa.
All your damage ignores resistances and sunders armor class.
Wait for it.
And if you want, you can decide to injure yourself to add to your attack power.
And there it is.
Fantastic.
You just go, I have the power.
And with that, we will roll initiative.
Oh.
I think the three of us should just sit back. Tirtito can inflame some popcorn, and
Yeah.
we'll just watch him solo the monster.
Works for me.
I rolled a 1, so I'll be going last. So I go on
10
3.
for me.
3. Jeez. Okay. Sorry, what'd you get? Jason?
10.
10.
A 9 for me.
Okay.
Jameson might win D&D tonight with that sword.
13.
13. Well, Tira, you are up first.
What?
What did you roll?
13.
13.
Yeah, that's
I'm going on 3,
how
so
we're doing.
Okay. Let's start things off right. And spiritual weapon. And out comes my trident with the points that are the tusks of narwhals.
Oh.
Yes.
Purchased from Tuscany.
Yes.
Is there a corresponding narwhal song?
No.
Aw, boo!
I don't do the narwhal song.
So good, though.
It's so good, though.
And I'm gonna poke at the spooky.
Yeah, go for it. The spooky. Poke the spookums.
That's not fantastic. That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. It's a,
Oh,
that's a
wow,
wraith. I
okay.
mean, you know, it's
Where are my d8s? And here we go. Let's go with this one. That's a 5.
no, hey, you know what? Damage is damage.
Yep.
It takes 5 damage.
Woohoo!
Damage done.
Goff. Shatter, yeah. Okay.
It was cold.
Yeah. After all that, dancing lights.
Presentation.
Yeah, that's a failure on its part, so it's going to take the full brunt of that damage.
We
And
don't
that
need to.
is
Bother.
3d8.
Take in this
Yes.
fight.
Woo! 5, 7. That is 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage.
15 added onto the 5 from before.
Another
Holy
5?
Oh
cow,
my
everybody.
God.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
How many do we want?
You want to throw a couple in there?
I mean,
Yeah.
we got an extra 5 here. You can.
15, another
Hey!
8.
Okay. Well,
That's 23.
just one shot.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not even taking them out.
Another 3, 26.
All right.
Another 3, 29.
All right.
Well, I didn't kill it, but holy cow, have you injured it?
You've been.
Thunderstruck.
Its ethereal being is blasted apart and then sort of begins to form back up, and it looks, if it could look more angry than it already did, it is furious.
I run.
And as it reaches its clawed hand out to you, wow.
I put Squirrely out.
Can I get any sense? Is this an evil creature, good creature? Does it have the?
Give me a quick insight.
It's 12. My insight is 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. You believe this to be a manifestation of a Dewisk's dream essence that has been corrupted. And you think that if you are able to sort of defeat it, you will purify the soul.
Fantastic. So
You will remove the corruption.
Hit it once with your sword, man. It's just gone.
as a Dewiskin, I would definitely want to release its soul to the dreamlands of our ancestors. But so attacking it will do that.
Yes.
Excellent. Fantastic. I shall.
The real question is, which sword would you like to use?
I'm going to take that silver sword and hurl it across the room, never to be seen again. And my new sword for sure.
You want to write down a name. It is
I caught your other sword.
Jet Fang.
Jet Fang, even better.
I catch your other sword as you toss it.
So is this a two-handed sword?
If you're strong enough, you can use it with two hands. Yes, you can. If you're strong enough, you can use it in one hand.
Okay.
One-handed, it'll do a D10. Two-handed, it is a D12.
So I'm gonna take that shield and hurl it next to the. And now it's just two hand. That's my thing now. And I will attack with Jet Fang.
Okay.
Well, and that was the end of the fight.
Well, it's a 8 plus 5 to hit. 13.
That hits.
Excellent, fantastic. And damage you said again was.
It's a D12 if you're two-handing it, plus
Excellent.
5 plus
We're
your
gonna do
strength
that.
modifier.
Plus
And if you want, you can also.
Oh yeah, to damage
damage
myself.
yourself.
Yeah, so I will damage myself. So my own essence will then go into.
The sword will devour your own life force and use it to empower its
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going Kamehameha?
Oh, we're going all in. Everything we've
Is this
got
Super
here.
Saiyan?
Super
All right, do it.
Saiyan. And if I can do my
Hell, you might as well throw
my
a couple of
Equinox.
D8s in there too.
my
Right?
Equinox
Good
form
measure.
as well.
Yeah, so you go full
Oh.
dark form. So what does your dark form look
So
like?
before it was
Right now you're in light.
Yeah. So there was light streaming out of my eyes through all of the armor. As I channel this blade, that light now gets sucked in, and it seems almost this kind of obsidian void, black oblivion form.
Black as the sword.
Exactly. Yep. It channeled in, and then my own life essence, this kind of glowing radiance, goes into the sword as I strike down, and also add a divine smite if that is okay.
Why not?
Why not?
So I'm gonna grab my D12.
I don't know why I even put health on this thing.
Right?
What is the additional damage from the
so-
self injury?
How much are you willing to injure yourself? This is the real question.
So if I have 64 HP now, I'll
Just channel Fireball Black Lotus, man.
let's do it. Alpha edition, yeah, alpha mint.
You're going straight to like 1 HP.
I'll leave a couple. I'll leave like 5 in the tank. Yeah, or I'll leave 4 in the
So
tank and give
you're
it
going down
60.
55, or you're going down
60?
60.
Yeah, I'll
Full
go
on
down
60.
60.
So you'll
Let's
get
just see how much we can
you'll
add
get
up.
30 extra damage.
All right, 30 extra damage. Excellent. And then thrown in a divine smite for good measure. All right, fantastic. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus, so 73.
We're not done yet.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
You know what?
How many more we got?
Toss a couple D8s in there too. But
73.
the audience wants to add to it, right?
74, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So that's 8. We're at 80 now. Yeah, well, how need I continue?
So as you bring the sword up, you begin to channel. You feel your life energy. It's not a pleasant feeling. You do feel your life.
Oh,
energy.
he likes it. He's into it.
Okay,
He's
okay.
into it. He's
All right,
into
yeah,
it.
you're like, yeah, that's right. Take my life.
He's into it.
As it just absorbs your essence, and you
Tear my
pull
life into pieces.
Thank you.
This is
absolute
our last
darkness
resort.
radiating out of you as just this inferno of dark energy pours into the sword as you bring it down onto
To
this thing.
purify.
To purify your
Exactly.
your
Yeah, exactly.
ancestors,
And
of course.
everything
Yeah.
in
And
within like a
everything.
64-mile
Every
radius.
mile radius. And as you do this, for a brief moment, you're not in this dungeon fighting this wraith. You are sort of in this void, and you're holding the sword, and you see before you just this blackness begin to swallow you up as two massive reptilian eyes stare at you as a extremely large, a dragon as black as night itself, opens its maw. You see obsidian teeth cascading all down its jaws, except for one, which is missing. And as it swallows you up, you reawaken to find yourself standing in front of the soul of a Dewisk, who is no longer angry, red and purple, and he's just sort of this soft, whitish blue, as he is greeting you in Thalanese with a deep, sincere thank you. Thou hast freed me of my burdens. 'Twas cursed to wander these halls after I removed the eternal eclipse from its domain. As a final send-off, they cursed me in this form, using that dark sword. I would warn you against its use, but I will not try to take it from you.
Where is this dragon that needs its tooth back, the Jet Fang?
I only got brief glimpses while I was held by its power, but I believe it has long deceased, its essence infused into the blade, granting it immense power. Power that many will find too good to be resisted. You will be the envy of all who you see, and a target for everyone who seeks power over honorability.
Well, as a paladin having the oath of the equinox, it shall be my new oath to return this sword to whence it belongs. However, in the meantime, we shall use it to our advantage to pure this land of evil.
Then go. And when it is your time to come to Dravania, to the halls of the ancestors, ensure the sword is entombed with you as well. Nevermore shall it be used to torment the living.
Or the dead.
Beginning to fade away.
This whole time, I'm sneaking over to the corner to pick up the silver sword he threw away.
Yeah.
And I toss my sword
grab
out
the
and
shield
put the
for
other
good
one
measure.
in. Yeah.
And as the Dewisk ancestor fades into the distance, that sense of doom that had been pervading this underground complex begins to lift as well. And the song has remained silent. The flames have died down to normal orange fires. A little bit of a high-pitched whine as these little blood skulls are kind of dissolving and burning away. And there's just a little glow beginning to emanate in your swords as all the latent mana is beginning to rush out of this place, having been trapped for so long.
Well, I believe with nothing more but the swing of your mighty arm, we have restored this place.
The squirrely stands up and just, that was great! So,
Tito's just off to the side, staring and like, Wolfie who?
Did we hear the last part of that conversation with the Dewiskin, or was it just him?
you probably would have been able to hear it. It was out loud. It was an out loud conversation.
Okay. You realize that traveling with such a device as that will be a magnet to everything that we do.
Good thing we're so powerful then, friends.
I've got your back. I mean, what more than just a little more adventure, bringing it toward us? Hmm?
After that display, you clearly notice Goff's attention turning towards Lau. A change in heart.
There's hope for you yet, brother.
That was hot.
Jealousy writhes your well. Very well then. But remember, 2 swords are better than 1.
Not that one. Sorry, not that one.
That's how amazed he was. He just completely no music, just
Yeah.
straight
Cured your cure? Your
yeah,
curse?
yeah, cure my curse. Yeah, with one display of
So-
magnificence.
We should close this place up and leave. Yes.
Yeah, so you make your way out and you remove the rock, close the door properly, take one last glance at the seal made by your great ancestors, which must have been 100 years ago at this point. Make your way back out of the cavern, and as you walk back with the squirrely still like amazed and asking about when the next showtime is going to be. He wants to bring all his friends. This was the best show he's ever seen. The special effects were amazing. He really felt like his life was in mortal peril multiple times. You arrive back at Ansby's Rest to just find a town full of sleeping people. Everyone passed out on the floor, snoring heavily, as the children are just running around grabbing coins out of everyone's pockets.
Well, it looks like we've done our job. I'll reach in and grab a few myself. Flip them over to you and be like, and now I told you that reward would be into itself. Companions, what shall we do next?
You do have a free room and board as well as meals for life at the inn right now.
Shall I leave you two alone?
I think there's room for the three of us.
So, as Tarantino watches, we slowly close the door. She's just like,
This is just like,
And then
well,
it
this is odd. I'm used to being on the other side of the door.
And then it opens suddenly. I put Squirrely outside the room. And then I close the door.
That's all,
That's
folks.
all, folks.
There
Thank
we
you for
go.
playing, everyone.
All right, yeah, well, so there we go. We got to say
yes.
extreme thank you to everybody watching from Six Sides and then from RealmSmith watching the show. And of course, Jameson, it was amazing to
So
play
fun.
D&D with you. Hopefully you enjoyed the feel and tone that
Oh, it's
Legacy of Mana brings
fantastic!
to it.
Yeah, what awesome setting and these new characters and new classes
You
and
got a legendary
subclasses.
artifact.
You got legend. So this is something
Yeah.
that we'll be putting in the book, not as a statistics, but as a recommended artifact that will have no stats. It's sort of like the thing. It's like the Black Razor of our world, literally. Yeah, so it's good to always splash them in every once in a while
Yeah.
for fun. But we thank you everyone on Six Sides that threw bits and subs. I noticed we had a bunch of people jump over from, I believe, from RealmSmith, which is why we had so many
Thank
D8s
you.
dropped into the pool. This is something we do regularly on our Sundays. We have a big chart that people's bits and stuff can go toward modifying the game. GMs usually get a little more deadly with it, bringing reinforcements and beefing up the enemies and stuff to give
Hey,
us
if I
some
had a turn
advantage.
before the jet fang went off, I was going to use it.
He was like, So, you got anything you want to say to the realm?
Yeah, I want to
let's-
say thank you.
how do we
This
do
is awesome.
sign-offs
This is
with
so
you guys?
fun. Yeah, we just talk about what's going on. We're just very excited to be here all weekend. It's going to be a blast. We have tons of games
Oh
coming
my
up.
God, we still have a whole weekend of this.
This
Yeah.
was only
Yeah.
game one
Yeah.
for us.
Great.
Yeah.
You have Legacy of Mana tonight, and then tomorrow
right.
we have a bunch of stuff we're trying to figure out still. But we will
tomorrow,
keep everyone
yeah.
posted. We're going to launch a new schedule every day like we did today, so keep an eye out. And everyone go to each other's channels and
yes,
like
please.
and follow.
Six-siders.
Please
Six-siders.
subscribe.
Get on over to RealmSmith.
Same.
Go on over to, do you have we put all your information.
Our Twitch is Satine Phoenix at Twitch. Yeah,
Team Phoenix,
yeah.
right? Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
And then, subscribe or follow each other and like watch each other's content and promote each other because
Yeah.
that's how our communities will grow.
Yeah.
We have a cool thing going on right now.
Yes, tell us, tell you. Plug-
We have
plug
the
time.
Red Opera. This is the Red Opera deck of endless possibilities. It is an all-in-one
pretty.
tarot card deck.
Oh, yes.
It is also playing cards. It's magic items, locations, characters, spells, and adventure hooks all set. This is one of the only. This is our press.
Where can we
proof.
get that?
Yeah, at theredopera.com. It is currently on Kickstarter
Gorgeous.
right now.
Right now.
So
Do we have, okay, we'll find some links.
www.theredopera.com.
Oh, please go.
Yeah.
Please
Please
go,
go.
Six-siders.
And
sounds
watch Red
amazing.
Opera on Sunday at
Yeah.
11 a.m. Central, 12 noon Eastern.
Yeah,
Correct?
that's right. So we'll be here, and will you be
We're
running
playing.
it, or will Satine
No,
be
no,
running it?
I'll-
Satine's
Satine will be running it, but I'll
we're
be
playing
playing
it.
it.
So
Yeah.
Team
The three of
Phoenix
us
will be
are
running
playing
it.
it.
We'll be playing it.
Yeah.
I
It's gonna be
cannot
great.
wait
Yeah.
to experience this world. Lynn-Vandarians that are watching, you always support the products that we design and put out. Please go support Red Opera.
Yes,
You won't
yes, yes.
you won't regret it.
Realmers, I'm watching you.
With someone as creative and as fun to roleplay with like this, how could you not have good
Oh,
products?
thank
like
you
that,
so
right?
much.
I actually had a really good time.
So I have one more question. Do
Yeah.
I get to keep the Jet Fang next time I play with you guys? 'Cause that's an amazing item.
I mean,
Yes.
maybe what we'll do is we'll do a high-powered one. I'll have Emerald Fang. You can have Jet Fang. We'll
Well,
give
no, you'll have Amber Fang.
Amber Fang. Sorry, we'll
Yeah,
give Emerald
right.
Fang to him. You can have Ruby Fang, and then we'll all just fang
Yeah.
it
yeah,
up.
Lau needs to go return. This is his mission now
We'll
to
just go fight a Tarask. Why not?
Perfect.
Well, with these weapons, we could probably kill the damn thing. Yeah, so thanks so much to our tech, Adrian, in the back there, who's put everything
Adrian.
together for us here at Gamehole
Good
Con.
tech goblin.
We will be back again tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for another round. What's that? Yes. Thought I was wrong there. Tonight, we will be watching again, and I hope to have some more. I'm not sure exactly who's on tonight, but we will be back tonight in some capacity or form playing in another Legacy of Mana adventure. And yeah.
And when can I play a Dewisk again? So when do these characters come back into the realm of being able to be purchased and played?
We have plans for PAX Unplugged. We have a big 20 by 20 booth set up at PAX Unplugged with a huge stream like this set up in the central exhibitor floor.
Sweet.
And we have a lot to plan. Ryan Valet is our artist. He's done pretty much everything for Fantasy Flight. So some of the artwork and stuff we have, is going to be somewhat top notch. So we're very excited and happy, and we look forward to promoting it with other game supplements.
It's just so cool. What a cool, unique, background and character and setting. I'm pumped. Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We're at the end of our time for now. Hopefully, we'll see you tonight or the rest of this weekend, and or on RealmSmith and or at Satine Phoenix Twitch channels. Until then.